heritage, born from the dirt. Moves in the beat, let the bass line hurt. You want smoke, we want full inferno. Street magic, run the game, eternal. This ain't hype, it's heritage, born from the dirt. Wounds in the beat, let the bass line hurt. You want smoke, we want full inferno. Street magic, run the game, eternal. This ain't hype, it's heritage, born from the dirt. Wounds in the beat, let the bass line hurt. You want smoke, we want full inferno. Street magic, run the game, eternal.
Street magic, got the city in a chokehold. Came about the dirt, not a wrist on frost mode. Blueprint solid, every move like a chess play. 10 tones down, gotta get it in the worst way. All nighter, yeah, the grind don't sleep. Turn the dream into cream, then we split it with the team. Came from the trenches where the love run cold. Now it's full court press, never break, never fold. Took the long road, never asked for a handout. Flipped a couple losses, now we flex with the bands out. Mind over matter, that's the code that we live by. Pressure make diamonds, tell them look how the team shines. City on my back, got them chanting the name. Street magic worldwide, let it run through the veins. Legacy in motion, this history in real time. Ain't no competition, every verse is a kill sign.
This ain't hype, it's heritage, born from the dirt. Wounds in the beat, let the bass line hurt. You want smoke, we want full inferno. Street magic, run the game, eternal. This ain't hype, it's heritage, born from the dirt. Wounds in the beat, let the bass line hurt. You want smoke, we want full inferno. Street magic, run the game, eternal.
Built for the storm, never bent, never broke. Turn the pain into power, every word that we spoke. Street magic in my veins, this ain't luck, this is fate. Every step that we take, got 'em raising the stakes. Coming from the basement, now we up in the building. Made a wave out the struggle, now we aim for a billion. Told 'em bet on the grind, I don't gamble with hope. Every line that I pen like a million quotes. Self-made, every step been precise. Turned the struggle to a flame, now we shining every night. Kept it real, never folded, never switched on the code. Now the vision coming true, every seed that we sowed. A1's day one, never lacked. Took the pressure, made diamonds, put the team on my back. Street magic, we the force, we the wave. Built brick by brick, known for killing the stage.
This ain't hype, it's heritage, born from the dirt. Wounds in the beat, let the bass line hurt. You want smoke, we want full inferno. Street magic, run the game, eternal. This ain't hype, it's heritage, born from the dirt. Wounds in the beat, let the bass line hurt. You want smoke, we want full inferno. Street magic, run the game, eternal. This ain't hype, it's heritage, born from the dirt. Wounds in the beat, let the bass line hurt. You want smoke, we want full inferno. Street magic, run the game, eternal.
What up, everybody? It's your boy Aaron All-Nighter.
It's your boy Fifth, back in the building.
Pop-Up Podcast, episode 19. Make sure you share this out of your newsfeed. Share this to groups. Tag people in a post. Tag people in the comment section. Send this out to like-minded individuals in Messenger. We are streaming on 2 different platforms, 5 different locations. We are on YouTube on It's Your Boy Fifth and Street Magic Multimedia. And we are on Facebook on Joey Beck, The Forever Experience, and Aaron All-Nighter Facebook page. So follow, subscribe, turn on notifications, all of that good shit.
Yeah.
Highly appreciated. We got a bunch of stuff to talk about today. But first, what up, Fifth? How you living, brother?
What up, All-Nighter? I'm good, brother. Can't complain. Every day above ground is a good day.
Word, bro. Fucking, so I just dropped the new song Friday, right? I remixed Drake's Janet Shut the Fuck Up.
How's the numbers looking?
That shit's already at like 3,000 streams. 3,362 streams since Friday release.
Boy, it's like a day and a half, like legit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 2 days, but still, that's fucking crazy.
And the last 7 days, that's just got like, last 7 days, it says that I got 9,000 streams in the last 7 days.
That's amazing.
So, like, I'm averaging now at least 1,000 streams per day on average. So like anywhere from 1,000 to 1,500 streams per day is the
Hell
new
yeah.
average number.
Oh, that's amazing. I mean, I know the numbers in the grand scheme of things when people watching this aren't used to. They're used to the Drake and the Dr. Dre levels and the
Right.
little baby levels. And I dropped an album and I did 2.3 million streams. Bro, we are independent artists. There's no machine backing us. We do this 100%. This is 100% farm to table. So when you see numbers from 1,500 to 3,000 per day or 3,000 in 2 days, bro, that's amazing. That's through the roof as an independent artist, bro. Like, you can ask any independent artist who doesn't have a label behind them or the marketing money if they would absolutely love to have those kind of numbers, man. And that goes to you, bro. I mean, if we're gonna talk some shit, let's talk some real shit here, bro. You really do go at it with every day being consistently dropping music, consistently pushing music, consistently marketing yourself, different directions, different angles, bro. Like,
Bro, you should check the remix that's gonna drop next Friday. So the track, I'm announcing it now. Haven't even announced it. Bro, I'm not even putting the pre-save links up, bro. I'm not even promoting the drops before they drop. All right, this is just I'm tossing little tidbits to the people. So you know how Jadakiss came at 38 Special on the Fat Joe DJ Khaled Stove God Cook song The Aroma?
Yep.
Yeah, well, I remixed the whole track.
Ow! Let's go.
I remixed Stove God part, Jadakiss part, Fat Joe part. I threw some ad libs on there like I was Khaled. I was feeling myself on that one, and I was talking some shit. That comes out Friday. Oh man. And yeah, I got other shit that I'm cooking up right now. I was working on an album that I wanted to drop early July. Then I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. I pushed it back. I'm thinking about the fall. But then I started hopping on some of these remixes. So like I just dropped the Janet Shut the Fuck Up remix. I'm dropping The Aroma. I just dropped Sweatsuits and Fall River, the Minx in Miami remix.
I love that. I love that concept put together. Bro. That's so fucking
You know what I
dope.
mean? So, and then I also did the WYFL Rhythm remix that Fabulous had remixed already. So it was like a double remix because Fabulous remixed it, called it Brooklyn Badness. I called it Fall River Madness.
The remix to the remix to the remix.
Right. So since it started with the remix of a remix, I'm probably gonna drop 2 tapes now. So I'm gonna drop the album and probably a remix project mixtape all over like hit beats. And I might just drop it the same day to see which one does better. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're gonna do a same day drop for two tracks?
Yeah, 2 albums. So I'll probably drop a 10 track.
Like 2 EPs? Like 2 EPs?
Yeah. So like one all originals, like a 10 track EP originals, and then one probably like a 10 track EP of remixes.
Oh, okay.
Because I got some remixes in the stash too that I haven't put up there. I got a Biggie Who Shot You remix. I got Jay-Z Takeover remix. I got a Mob Deep took ones out there.
Ether now, bro. Now you gotta do something over Ether.
Right. Then I also got that Jack Harlow Drake Churchill Downs remix that I dropped a few years back. So like I'm gonna compile all my remixes, put it on some probably titled it'll be like a slight at Diddy too, because Diddy dropped a remix album called We Invented the Remix or some shit something like that. I'm gonna spin off his title, probably like Reinvented the Remix or Remix the Remix.
Yeah.
Or Remade the Remix or some shit like that. I don't know, but that's what I've been thinking. But enough about us. I mean, well, me talking about music and shit. We got to talk about a lot of things. I mean, I didn't even put it in the headlines because I didn't want people to just tap in on the part of the show they want. And so we're gonna start it off local. We here in Massachusetts, so there's a national trial that's local to us, and I'm gonna play this clip and we'll talk about it.
Lindsay Clancy trial was on pause today, giving jurors some time off from the emotionally draining testimony. The Duxbury mother's triple murder trial will resume on Monday. Now, WBZ has covered this case very closely since day one, and recently we got a question that we wanted to answer in our Question Everything segment. Kayla reached out to us wondering, why don't we report that Lindsay Clancy allegedly killed her children, or that she is accused of killing her children? Well, if you followed court cases before, you'll know that that's usually the case. We do not convict a defendant in our reporting. Allegedly accused, those are words we use. However, in Lindsay Clancy's trial, she is not disputing that she strangled her children, Cora, Dawson, and Callan. And her lawyer said this in opening statements.
And they would bring their evidence in front of a jury that she knows that she killed these children. We'll sit here, listen to their evidence, but I suggest to you that the issue for consideration is what was going on in that woman's mind.
And in a civil suit filed by Lindsay Clancy, her lawyer says, quote, Lindsay now faces a lifetime of unbearable grief of waking up every day knowing that she killed her children. Lindsay Clancy admits that she killed her children. That part is not alleged. What's at stake in her trial is whether it was premeditated or whether she shouldn't be held criminally responsible because of postpartum psychosis. You can see more in-depth coverage of the Lindsay Clancy trial on our video podcast. That's on WBZ.com and on the CBS Boston YouTube channel.
Bro, I saw this recently on Facebook where people were saying that same shit. Allegedly, I saw another meme going around on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok where it was like, I don't think she did it. I think the husband did it. And I'm like, you realize this bitch is already admitted to this shit, right? And she's not only is she admitted to it, but she's trying to use the postpartum as an excuse. So where does the husband get involved here? Or like, she's admitted to this shit. She's trying to hold on. So the thought process behind this is she's trying to cover for the husband that has a new wife now. So that's what she's trying to cover for him. That's
yeah.
This shit don't make sense, man. I don't know.
It's asinine. It's asinine to me. I feel like, how do I put it? I feel like the internet's gone crazy because they're trying to figure out how a mother could kill her kids and how her mother could get herself to go that far.
Bro,
so men historically fucking generalize. Go ahead, say what you were gonna say.
No, it's the details behind this shit, bro. It's fucking she premeditated that. She sent her husband out to go do something while she went to do this, yo. Like, you got these, and I get it, yo, like women power and suffrage and all this shit, but yo, you need to call an apple and a spade when it comes time for shit like this. How can you try to defend someone like that, bro? Yo, and they're like postpartum and depression, and you do things. I get it, yo. Having a baby for a new mother can be a lot sometimes. It's overwhelming. I don't deny that. But yo, there's premeditation behind this. She sent her husband out the door to not be there when she decided to do this. That means she thought about this. She forecasted this, thought about this, and was like, the only way I can get away with this, or at least attempt to get away with this, is to get him out the house.
Right. She definitely had this premeditated. She definitely planned it out. Now, the question is, was she in active psychosis while preparing? And you could technically be in active psychosis while still operating your brain. Like, you can still plan shit out and still be like, hey, guess what? Let me send the husband to the store so I can get away with this. But in that sense, you still got to be some type of mentally not there to commit murder. So are we just going to go to everybody who's committed murder and be like, you know what? they were all mental and they were all going through psychosis. So it's not fair. And yeah, we can't send them away for life, or we gotta send them to mental hospitals. Like, I get the whole postpartum, I get the shitload of medication. I just think the internet's gone ridiculous with the whole trying to pinpoint the father now, and they're like, oh, his testimony doesn't line up. There's inconsistencies. Or they'll fucking try to say some dumb shit like, oh, well, he's already moved on and got a kid with somebody else. Like 3 weeks later, he was going out on a date. Well, one, people grieve differently. Two, there was a light switch, a thin line between love and hate. He probably went from loving his wife to instantly despising her for killing his 3 kids. I mean, and the new girlfriend was probably somebody who was like a trauma bond that they linked up with fucking so he could just vent, and then it led to something else. Now, everybody, oh, that's horrible, blah, 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 blah. Well, guess what? Women do that shit all the fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
So let's not be sexist in this shit, okay? Since that's a big
Bro,
word.
I don't even, I'll be honest with you, even if this is a medical thing, I have a hard time swallowing the pill of you can be in a psychotic break, but still have the mental capacity to put together a plan to not only off your kids, but to then in the manner in which she did it by elaborating and putting together the timeline in her head of I need to do this alone. I need to get him out of the house. Like all the premeditation that goes into this is where you lose me with the psychosis defense. And I get it. Probably some fucking book somewhere that says, you still have your faculties together when you're under these psycho. I have a hard time buying into that, bro. Because to me, if I was to snap and I get that mad to where I snap, bro, I'm not thinking logically. I've lost a whole huge portion of logical thinking, and I go into the emotional side of thinking. You know what I mean? Where it's like
this is where the defense and her defense attorney is the best in New England, Kevin Reddington. He's a top-notch attorney.
Oh, he's number one.
He fucking takes $25,000 retainer for a case, like
up front.
He's smart to bring this up for the defense. However, like you said, you're thinking of like when people hear psychosis, they think of impulse psychosis. They think of people who just snap and that's it. Because that's how we rate psychosis. Like, oh, that person snapped, they went psycho. Okay, crazy. But yeah, the psychosis can have the planning. But then that goes to like what I was saying previous. Okay, well then every murder, everybody had a psychotic break. So where are we gonna stretch this gray area before it sets a precedent that as Americans we're not gonna want to set? Because it's like, okay, you kill somebody, go to the mental hospital. You're sick.
You're not well. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? There'll no punishment now.
Nah.
So I think I agree with you. Like, I fear the mental health aspect of it. Reddington's gonna push like crazy. I mean, that's his job as an attorney, and that's why he's been dragging out all the lists of medications and talking to the psychiatrists and all that. But people are more apt to impulse control psychosis, where like you just snap and you bug out, black out, and you don't even know what you're doing until afterwards. This shows premeditation. This shows that she planned it. I know she's going to get found guilty. She already admitted it. Yeah. The trial basically now is one, how rough the sentence is going to be, and two, where she's going to serve it at. Will she serve it in state prison or will she serve it in a mental state prison? Here in Massachusetts, the women go to Framingham. Mental health people go to Bridgewater. She will end up in Bridgewater probably for a life sentence. And it's a lot more lenient there, less locked doors, more freedom to roam around, stuff like that. So she's gonna have same amount of years locked up, but her time is gonna be easier.
So does she deserve that, bro?
A hospital than
Does she fucking deserve that with the type of charges and the alleged, not even alleged at this point, the type of charges she had and what she's admitted to? Like,
no, not at all.
You deserve
But
that leniency.
it shows how good her lawyer is. That's probably most likely.
Dude, she has Kevin Reddington, bro. She has by far the number one defense attorney in Massachusetts, and could possibly say New England, bro, or a top 5 in New England, bro. That man is, when you got issues and you got bread, that man is the man to go to, bro. Like all night I was saying, it's $25K just to see him. Just the initial sit down, bro. It's $25,000 to see this man.
Just to see if he will take your case.
Yeah,
man.
Bro, I used to cut his lawn in the early 2000s when I was at a landscape company in the Easton. And bro, the dude's house is fucking massive, dude. Did a
I can imagine. Bro, I met him one time outside the courthouse. Fucking, I see this all black Bentley in front of the courthouse, right? This guy comes walking over to it. I don't recognize him at the time, right? So I just see this old white dude walking over to the Bentley, unlock the Bentley. So I'm like, hey, bro, who are you? How you got this car? He's like, I'm Attorney Reddington. He's like, you may have heard of me. And I was like, shit, I have. I've heard of you. And I was like, yo, I heard you're a good lawyer. Are you taking clients? And he was like, yeah, but I don't think you can afford me. And I was like, oh, yeah. And then I'm like, how much for a retainer? He was like, $25K for me to look at the case. And then he was like, if you want, you can have my card, though. And then gave me his card, bro. And his business card was like one of the thick, fancy ones.
Your hand went drop from the weight and shit.
Like a wood business card with like a gold around the side of it.
Costing like $25 to print one.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? It's like,
don't
if
surprise
you
me.
want, you can keep one of these like it was a fucking trophy or something.
Crazy, bro. Crazy.
What the fuck? I did put it in my wallet though. It was like, yo, if anybody needs Kevin Reddington's info, I got it.
And your wall, you put it in the wall, and the wall just starts to slowly expand.
It just got bigger and shit.
Yeah.
But I
That's
think
awesome.
he's such a good lawyer that he'll get her that cushion time.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? It's hard to defend somebody who's completely guilty. You know what I mean? And he took this case from her because this wasn't her original attorney. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Reddington-
really?
Yeah, when she got arraigned, it was another lawyer.
Who was it? Krowski? I know Krowski's like number 2 in mass. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I think she had just had like a random person. You know what I mean? Like one of those pro bono for the big lawyers.
yeah.
And then Kevin Reddington, reading the news, seen the case and was like, give me that one. And handpicked this case.
So you think he's doing this
He's
pro
doing
bono,
this.
or do you think she's putting? Do you think she has the funds to fund for him, or do you think he's doing this pro bono for her?
Oh, this is pro bono. He picked this up.
No shit. Wow, bro. With what, man? What a luck, bro. She's lucky. That's
Well, they're both lucky. They're both going to help each other. Him, he's getting national recognition because it's a nationally known case. And he's like, listen, you want people to know these judges here in Massachusetts? I know them. And guess what? I'm the best one here to fight your case. So pick me. I'll help you out. And what do I get out the deal instead of the money? I get the national recognition and TV news every day. That's my payment. So he's genius. But it's such a simple case where it's like, all right, open shut. She killed her 3 kids. Life. But, how do I make myself look good as a defense attorney?
oh, hell
Play
yeah.
the postpartum card, play the mental health card, knowing how big mental health is in America right now. It'll go viral. Everybody will have their opinions. Now you dilute the thought process of the jurors.
Yep.
Because it's not like they can't escape this shit.
The court of public opinion, dude, starts to like lessen. Yeah, absolutely. That's why he's number 1. You know what I mean? Like
That's why the husband's getting questions now. And he just went to the fucking store and came home and his wife killed his kids. But now everybody's like, oh, he didn't cry enough on stand.
Like you said, people handle grief differently, though. I mean, like, dude, I got 3 kids. I'm a man. I mean, if my kid's mother killed my kids, I don't know if I'd cry on the stand. You know what I mean? Like, am I too numb at that point? Like, I'm a guy. We've been taught, especially from the generation we're from, we're taught not to cry. We're taught to suppress our feelings. We're not this new generation shit. Like, maybe I do go up there stone cold. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
He might have been up there looking at her pissed the fuck off. And you're not gonna cry when you're pissed. He's looking at her like, bitch, I gotta come up here and answer all these questions about your mental health after the fucking kids, you killed them. Like,
bitch, you killed my fucking kids. Like, let's be like,
I'm not here to fucking do anything nice for you. Like, what the fuck? And obviously, because the state of his mental at the time of the crime, when he had said all the initial statements, he has to follow them by law with the fucking trial now. So it's just getting rehashed 3 years later. It's like, give the man a break. You know, if the internet came at a woman who just lost her 3 kids because her husband killed her 3 kids, and questioned the mom and was like, oh no, she went on a date 3 weeks after her kids were killed.
Yep.
She had to do something involved. Oh, please. It'd be wildfires on the fucking internet.
Bro, it would be the complete opposite. It'd be like, why are you hammering her? Why is she just trying to do whatever she can? Bro, it would be the ass backwards. But yeah,
keep the same energy, people. Keep the same energy.
Not in this society, man. Not the way our society's set up right now, bro. And this is fucked up to say, and I'll catch some backlash to this, but men, if we're really keeping it real, we coddle women. Women are coddled by us, bro. Let's be honest. Like, we shield them from a lot of shit that we take the direct brunt hit of. Mm-hmm. We try to shield direct shots at women so that you may catch a stray or a ricochet, but you're not catching the direct impact. And that's just society we live in, man. Like, you may agree with me, you may not, but that's how I feel. Like, I feel like women
that's
don't.
Why everybody's coming to Lindsay Clancy's defense, because she's actually getting shots thrown her way, rightfully so. But everybody's like, "Oh no, leave her alone. She had mental issues." I got mental issues too. I ain't never killed 3 kids.
Yeah, no shit. I have mental issues every fucking day. I don't kill my 3 goddamn kids. Like, what are we talking about?
Horrible.
Ugh.
But speaking of unaliving people, we got to go to Mario's brother, Luigi. Check this out. We'll talk about it.
Luigi Mangione now admits he shot and killed United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Mangione pleaded guilty yesterday to 2 federal stalking charges. Prosecutors say they'll seek life in prison when he is sentenced in December. He still faces a second-degree murder charge in New York. CB Cotton is outside Manhattan Federal Court, where it all went down yesterday. It was quite the scene yesterday, and now a lot of intrigue about what happens next, CB.
Brian, most definitely you were following it all out here at the courthouse. So as you mentioned, federal prosecutors do say they plan to pursue life behind bars following Luigi Mangione's guilty plea. But there's also still that major question surrounding his case. Will his separate murder trial in New York State even move forward? His defense team has formally asked a judge to dismiss the state case, arguing that moving ahead with another trial would violate New York's protections against double jeopardy. The defense points to Mangione's guilty plea on federal charges of stalking resulting in death and his admission that he killed United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. The motion comes after yesterday's dramatic developments in federal court. Fox News contributor and FBI supervisory special agent James Gagliano tells Fox he believes that no matter what happens with the state prosecution, Mangione will spend the rest of his days behind bars.
But look, Luigi Mangione is going to go to jail for the rest of his natural life. There's no way that anything is going to get him out of this, absent, like I said, a potential president down the road pardoning or commuting his sentence.
So Brian Thompson's wife was seen wiping away tears during Mangione's confession yesterday. The family later issued a statement saying in part, quote, "Nothing will ease the pain of losing him." The Manhattan District Attorney's Office has released a statement suggesting it has no plans on backing down from its prosecution and that the office remains committed to pursuing the state case against Mangione. I should mention the state murder trial is slated to get underway September 8th. So a lot of fast-moving developments. And Brian, as you know, the federal sentencing is scheduled for December 18th. Back to you.
CB Cotton, thank you.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube.
All right, so Mangione pled guilty to stalking resulting in death, and they're aiming for a life sentence. All New York could really do, it technically wouldn't be double jeopardy because it wouldn't be the same charge. They're going for killing, the homicide charge. You can't give him more than life. So they'll just give him another life sentence, run it concurrent, so it's at the same time, and feds trump state, so he'll go to the feds to serve his time instead of state, and he'll have more freedom in the feds.
Oh boy, why?
Until, like that guy said, a possible pardon from a president.
Why do we do this as a society, man? Like, why are we trying to ease these fucking people's time in jail like that? The last topic we talked about, trying to make her life be easier, and now giving him the feds instead of state time, and it's easier in fed jail than it is in state. It's like, bro, the type of I get what he did. He thought he was trying to do some stand-up shit by killing the CEO of United Healthcare. The claim was because they denied 30% of their claims. One of the claims they denied was a family member of his could have saved, the grandmother's life or whatever it was. Why, like, so again, premeditated. You stalked this guy and you killed him in cold blood, dude. You shot him from the back, bro, and caught him in the back. Why are we under any circumstance, trying to make life easy for these people, bro? Lock this motherfucker up, throw away the goddamn key. He should be doing 23-1 rest of his fucking life, bro. Like, you destroyed some family, bro. Didn't even give this, and not to mention, you murdered the CEO. You think the CEO makes the rules? Like, he's there to enforce the rules, bro. There's a board that puts these kind of things together, policies together. The insurance industry. The fuck out of here. So you killed an innocent man. Now this man's children doesn't have a father growing up. And we over here on the flip side being like, oh, let's make his life stay as easy as possible. Fuck that shit, man. Hell the fuck
I
no.
agree with you. I think long sentences they should make tough. I think the shorter sentences they should make lenient because you're coming back out to the public.
I think leniency should be circumstantial to the charges in the situation. Like,
well, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
well, I think like him having a murder charge, like, all right, bro, you're doing life. Fucking, let's not make it easy for you. You're never coming home. We don't have to rehabilitate you or make it easier for you. But like, people say somebody catch like a drunk fight at the club or whatever, and now you got like an A and B charge, maybe a dangerous weapons charge, whatever, and you go get like a year or two in jail. Well, if your time's tough, you're gonna come out and most likely be worse. That's why like the recidivism rate in America is ridiculous. So I've had people tell me that county time is harder than state time and fed time, and that it goes complete opposite. Like, the more serious the offense and where you're locked up and incarcerated, the easier the time. Like, I've heard from everybody, the feds is the easiest.
Why is that? Now, someone who has, you have, I don't want to say it like this, but you have experience in this area.
I think the plan originally was to try to scare you.
No, but I mean, like, why is fed time? Why is fed time easier to do than state time, and state time easier to do than like local county time? Why is it like?
Well, because normally your first charges that you pick up, you get county. You know what I mean? And then you don't really get indicted to state or federal charges until 95% of criminals until like you've already built up a record. So it's like, all right, you get a couple of the same charge. Well, now you're gonna get a state sentence for that one instead of county. So like we'll slap you on the wrist with county for a few sentences, but if you keep fucking up, well, now it's a state bit.
Oh no, let me reword this.
Now it might be federal if you do it too much.
Let me reword this. What makes it easier? Like, why is it like when you go? Why is it the same?
Like freedoms. Like county jails more locked up. The canteens more expensive, so there's more tension in the units. A lot of people are short timing, so they're like not settled in. They're worried about home, so they're anxious, anxiety, aggravated all day because I got 6 months. What's Shorty doing on the outside when I come home? Right? But it's somebody who's doing 20 years. Well, they're not worried about what Shorty's doing because like they know.
So it's like commissary. So you think they have like cheaper, like federal time has cheaper commissary, a bigger variety of things to buy from.
Like for example, a ramen noodle soup in Bristol County House Corrections, Dartmouth, Massachusetts, 95 cents for one. Whereas upstate, it's 30 cents for one. So, like, if you got people sending you money, you're gonna get more upstate.
So, do you think it's because the federal court, the federal jail system has more funding? Is this why they're able to? Like, I'm trying to figure out why. Why is the federal
possibly
the Fed time is more serious? Like, if you go to the feds over state, it seems to me like, and I've never been to jail like that, so I don't know. But like looking from the outside in, if I caught Fed time, I would feel like I'm in more trouble than say state. But it seems like if you do catch Fed time, that's kind of like what you would rather get than these other ones.
Yeah,
with more freedom. Like, why is it such a weird like
I said, I feel like they try to do county as a scare tactic at first. Like, let's make this horrible for you so you don't ever come back and do anything else. But if you keep coming back and we know that you're not going to change and whatever, well, yeah, we're going to make it a little bit easier and better of a stay for you so you don't act up as much. And now it's easier on us to maintain you.
Okay, all right. I mean,
I've heard people who have done Fed time where they're like, bro, you're out of your cell all day long. Like, really? You don't lock in your cell when you want to. You're walking around the day room. You can watch movies. You got tablets. You got video visits. You can go walk the yard, go play basketball. You go to work. You do this. So your whole day has a schedule where, like, very little cell time.
Bro, isn't it amazing now we're seeing this?
Bristol County itself, it's 20 hours cell time. Even if you're behaving, it's 20 hours lockdown because, one, not enough staff, plus two, they keep you locked in because the higher tensions on the units. There's younger people, there's people who are short timing, so they don't give a fuck. They're like, yeah, I only got 6 months for it, so whatever, I'm gonna wild out. Like, bro, I caught a 2.5 year bid for a stabbing case. It was a 30-month sentence. I did 29 months out of 30 months. I didn't get good time to like knock off time off my sentence because I was still young and had the mentality of, oh, I can get into a fight and they'll put me in the hole for 30 days and not give me a new charge. Fuck it. You're just gonna send me from one cell to the next. Ooh, 20-hour lockdown to 23. Big fucking deal. So I didn't hesitate to punch somebody in the face because what are you going to do to me?
Right. Bro, isn't that crazy now? We're seeing like on social media, we're seeing clips and videos being shot from within the cell, within the jail. And you see people walking around with tablets now, bro. Can you it's crazy to me that you can commit a serious, you can kill somebody essentially, bro. Be locked up and still have amenities, still have a tablet, still have a Facebook, a TikTok, and be able to post. Like,
well, some of the things is far-fetched. So, like, when you see on social media the jail accounts and stuff, those are contraband phones. Those are phones that people
they're not supposed to be posting that then.
Right.
So it's not
You're
allowed. They're just
have,
doing
like,
it.
social media. So
All right,
like
all right.
the jails in Massachusetts now, they went from like payphones in each unit to tablets. And then the phone calls used to be $3 to connect and then 30 cents a minute after that. So each phone call would come out to like $9-10 for half an hour. So they wiped that away and put free phone calls for all the jails in Massachusetts.
Who pays for that? Who pays for the free calls? Is that taxpayer? That on taxpayer?
It comes out the tax budget for the jails. So, but the jails make up that difference by their canteen. So, like once they put free phones, canteen prices on everything went up.
Somebody's paying for it somewhere. It ain't free.
Right. So, with that being said, it's like that's good for people that are coming home because it keeps the contact with family, friends. So that way, when they come home, they're not just stranded without a support system. You know what I mean? Because all you're going to do in that case is they're going to be right back in and you're going to spend more tax dollars because now they're a career criminal. But if like they have people on the outside that give a fuck about them and they talking on the phone and hey, they couldn't afford that $7-10 half-hour phone call. And they went from like one phone call a week because, hey, bro, it's $10 a call. I'll talk to you on Sundays. I mean, call me next week. Now it's, hey, you could check in like every day. And now you got the tablet in your cell with you. So
they're hoping it's gonna calm shit down. Like, are they hoping it's gonna like ease
calm everybody down?
Yeah, being able to reach out to the people in the house and talk to your wife.
Also, it is because like one of my boys was just in there, and he was calling me on the free calls, and he was explaining that they kind of got like an iTunes library now, where you can pay to download movies, TV shows.
Oh, music, JPay. That shit, JPay. They can get the music. Yo,
so all of that. He was like, bro, I got a library of shit. He was like, I be in here watching movies. And
that's crazy, bro.
And it's like, all right, it passes your time instead of just sitting there. Now you're bored and now you're angry because you're in jail. You're stressing about being free. I wish I was home, but now you're in a bad mood. Now you're fighting. Now that's more danger the CEOs and the staff are put in because shit could pop off at any time. But if everybody's just chilling, relaxed, fucking hanging out,
yeah, they're more chilled out. I see. I mean, it makes sense. In theory, it makes sense. I can see the understanding behind that.
Because they say CEOs are one of the toughest jobs. Like CEOs, majority of them commit suicide. Like,
you put yourself in their shoes, bro. It definitely is not a fucking good. I've imagined I could never be a CEO. I could never. I don't know. I'd have a hard time doing what they do. You know what I mean? Almost like it's really like EMS too, like another thing, like another job, like one of those they call them selfless jobs, like don't get paid enough type jobs, like super hard. EMS, a CO, like the shit you see for what you get paid, bro, probably just don't add up. The PTSD after the fact, you know what I mean? Imagine doing a job like that for 30 years, 20 years, seeing the shit you see, and then trying to come home and live a normal life after that. Oh man, like I don't know. Don't seem like a job for me.
Yeah, it's from the work that I've seen CEOs do, right? For a 20-year retirement, I think it's worth it. However, you are going to see some foul shit.
Oh, hell yeah.
You are going to see some shit that fucks up your day, fucks up your week, and you're going to have nightmares about it. But as long as you're not an asshole and you're respectful and you just treat it like a job, those CEOs always had like an easy shift. Because, hey, you don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with you. I mean, you don't come in here and tear my shit apart, well, then I'm not going to fucking make you do paperwork. You know what I mean? But then you'd have CEOs that want to do a cell inspection to every single cell, every shift. And it's like, bro, what the fuck, dude? Like, can I live?
Yeah.
I mean, I had one CEO, I had too many shampoos on the desk. And it was like, you're allowed 2 shampoos. Anything else goes to your property. I'm like, bro, so you're going to put it in a trash bag. You're going to go put it in a locker somewhere on the other part of the jail. And when I do need it, I'm gonna have to put in a property request form and wait for one of you motherfuckers to go get it. Why can't I just keep it on my desk?
Right.
I'm like, what is this shampoo doing to hurt anybody, bro?
No harm, no foul type. Yeah.
He was like, but it's in the rule book, and took my shampoo. And I'm like,
it's policy. Fuck that.
And sure as shit, every shift, he would do that. And it was always one person in the unit that would bug out on him because you're already having a bad day. And here comes Mr. Fuck with you to fuck with you. And then wonder why, you know, he got his dick knocked loose a few times.
Yes,
bro, that CEO's a little punch drunk now. He like walks and stumbles and shit. Because
he's probably fucking on edge. I'd imagine he'd probably be on edge at every corner. You know what I mean? Like every.
Oh no, he got fucked up because of pulling that shit. It's like, you know.
Yeah, Gene St. Pierre said, "I saw 3 murders in county, and then went upstate and didn't see any." That's wild.
They say county is worse because you're more on edge, bro. Plus in county you got people who don't know a sentence yet, so they're held pre-trial, so they don't even know if they're going home yet. They don't have a date. They just got another court date. They're like, I go to court in 2 months. I don't know what's gonna happen. So now they're anxious, on edge, stressed all day, every day. And something's gonna pop off.
Yeah, just that anxiousness. Exactly what you're saying, bro. The fact that the unknown probably serves as such an anxiety buildup inside.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably quick to lash out, not thinking.
You already know it looks bad because you're already being held. So it's like, hey, this is already bad. They're already holding me. Fuck. How long are they gonna hold me for? Yep. Your life is on hold while you're fighting. So now all your daily stress. Never mind like holidays in jail or just fucking loved ones being sick. I mean, I seen this one dude stab the shit out of some dude after getting off the phone and hearing that his dad died. I mean, his dad had just passed away and he like shed a tear on the phone. And somebody was like, yo, look at him crying like a bitch. Da da da. Dude hung up the phone, went over there, poked him the fuck up, and was like, bro, my dad just died. Who's the bitch?
Yeah. Jesus.
And it was like, okay, institutional lockdown, everybody lock in. We lost our rec. I mean, because this happened. Now everybody else is mad.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Now we gotta go back in our fucking cell.
Piss everyone else off. Yep.
Bro, I was so pissed off. I was in the middle of a fucking shower. And then I'll go lock in. The CEO's yelling at me. I'm like, bro, can I rinse the soap off my body, bro?
Nope, get out.
He was like, get out. And I'm like, you're going to have to wait a second. And he was like, I'll call the team for you. I'm like, go ahead. What do you look like calling the team for a naked man? What's the matter with you? I'm like, I'm trying to wash my ass. I'm like, give me 30 seconds to rinse off and I'll wrap a towel around my waist, okay? Why you want to grapple me naked, you weirdo?
No, he's like, go in that fucking cell, dry off with the soap around you, and itch for the next fucking 24 hours.
Like, what do you look like, asshole? Fucking weirdo. But those would be the CEOs that get a hard time. Now, moving along, we got to go down to Texas.
Oh,
everything's bigger in Texas, they say, and even helicopter crashes. When normally it's one, there's 2 that happen to be killed in this one. Check it out. We'll talk about it.
Tracking breaking news out of Texas, where a military helicopter has crashed north of Austin, killing 2 people aboard. Our Morgan Chesky is following this one for us. And Morgan, a news conference just wrapped up. What did we learn?
Yeah, Tom, authorities say it appears this helicopter went down in a violent crash and it sparked a fast-moving fire that forced some people to evacuate. This video from the sheriff's office captured the charred scene. Investigators say the downed Apache helicopter came from neighboring Fort Hood, and officials say there were 2 crew members on board, both pronounced dead. The aircraft crashed into a field, and authorities say no one else on the ground was hurt. Military officials are now investigating what caused that crash. Tom?
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news.
Damn. R.I.P. to the 2 service members killed in that helicopter crash. This is the thing that gets me nervous and worried, right? from talking about the news for the last few years and shit, America has a lot of helicopter crashes during like training drills.
Yeah, for real. For real.
I think we need to train them a little bit better before we put them in the actual helicopter. You know what I mean? Before we say, there you go fly it. Maybe a little bit more on the simulation. Just a thought.
Bro, they say too, helicopters are like really hard to fly too. So you would think they would be cautious on getting the amount of hours and training time prior to actually getting seat time, making sure these people are competent before they jump in the seat. Like you said too, you're absolutely right. We've had the last couple of years has been it seems like it's been an astronomical amount of more of these accidents going on. We had the thing recently last year where the helicopter and the plane almost hit, and it was like, you know, a training, the person who trains people, the training sergeant with the girl that was like a new pilot almost hit the plane. You know, there's been a lot, man. Like, oh, bro, what the fuck is going on? Like, what is up with this, bro? It seems to be
more VR simulation is needed before we put these people in real planes and helicopters. Just saying, guys, it's a bad look. If I'm other countries, I'll be like, look, America can't even fly their helicopters. Never mind use them.
Right.
Time to go to try and practice flying when they crash one. It looks bad, guys. You know what I mean? Come on, like, tighten up. The fuck?
Yeah, they definitely gotta figure out what the fuck is going on, bro. It definitely seems like a lot more. Either that or we're just getting the reports now more, because it seems like our military coverage or the coverage of military through the media seems to be exponentially put out there more. So I mean, is it one of these things where this has always been like this and we just never knew because it wasn't shoved down our fucking throat? But now as our military seems to be front page news every day about something, you know, that's the thing. That's the clickbait. That's how you get the eyes to watch. You know what I mean? Like,
it's possible. Now, speaking of clickbait and putting the eyes, getting people to watch, I would have put this in the headline, but people would have said it's clickbait just because the title of this clip. Mayor Mandami responds after man charged with hate crimes in synagogue attack. Now, you got Islam, you got Jewishness, you got Mandami, you got New York, you got a bunch of hashtag worthy things. Check this out, we'll talk about it.
The mayor told me he was stunned to hear about this incident. He said Jewish New Yorkers have the right to feel safe, especially at their place of worship. He told me the NYPD is actively looking into this case, and I can tell you all throughout the day we saw multiple law enforcement officers all around this area. Watch the moment when a man storms into a synagogue in the middle of a Shabbat ceremony. This happened on Friday here at the Central Synagogue on Lexington Avenue in Midtown. The whole thing caught on camera during the live stream. And the man you see there is 46-year-old Larry Montes from the Bronx, according to the NYPD. On his way out, he allegedly hit a 63-year-old woman, attacked a security officer, and damaged the property.
Everyone, please remain calm and in your seats.
Montes has now been charged with 2 counts of assault as a hate crime.
Whether it happens in a synagogue, in a temple, in a church, it doesn't matter. It's a hate crime. It's just not acceptable at all.
On Saturday, the community was back at the synagogue, met with increased police presence. It was unsettling for those who come here for peace.
Our day of rest was interrupted by a security incident in our main sanctuary, but we are okay. We are safe.
Latest numbers from the NYPD show there have been 205 hate crimes targeting the Jewish community in New York in 2026. 23 of them happened just last month. Anti-Jewish crimes made up almost 60% of all confirmed hate crimes so far this year.
We reject this with every fiber in our being.
Mayor Zohran Mamdani now reacting to the incident.
And we are going to do everything in our power to ensure that we are uprooting anti-Semitism from across the 5 boroughs and ensuring it has no place in the city that we all call home.
And as of right now, it is unclear what was the motive behind this attack.
Come on. We know what the motive behind the attack was. But come on, dude. Don't play fucking coy with me, buddy. We know what's going on here.
Guys, I think by those stats, Americans attired of Netanyahu's Israel policies, and unfortunately are taking it out on anybody,
on innocent Jews,
who is aligned or possibly aligned with Netanyahu, and it's starting with Jewish people.
Hold on, now let's was that, I guess my first question was that even an American citizen? Because again, I'll be a little racist right here. He looked like he was from the Middle East. If I had to be a guessing man, maybe he was Muslim. And what do we have here? Muslims and Jews, do they have the best relationship in the world?
Well, let me see what his name was.
And again, I don't know this. This is IMO. This is all my own.
He wasn't white. Larry Montez. All right. So
what are we pulling? What is Gemini telling us about Mr. Montez?
So it doesn't have his religious affiliation.
I could have been doing that.
It does say
religion.
It looks like a Jew on Jew crime.
Really?
Because during the attack and subsequent arrest, Larry Montez yelled, "I am Hashem," a Hebrew term for God, and later referred to the congregants as swine and fake Jews to the police.
Interesting. Finally, I mean, and then to flip the narrative around, maybe like what you were saying, you're right about it. Maybe it's maybe the Jews within the Jewish religion are getting sick of themselves. You know what I mean? Like getting sick of what the ruling class is doing, kind of like what Americans are. Like,
definitely. I watched this one podcast, Ebro, Laura Rosenberg. They used to be on Hot 97 radio station, New York. Now the dude Peter Rosenberg, obviously last name Jewish, and he talks against Benjamin Netanyahu all the time and says how it makes him feel kind of secluded and excluded from like Israel, even though he's got family there, because he doesn't agree with the views, and people come at him like he does. And it's like, no, I don't even align with this guy, but just because I'm Jewish, you think I do. So it's kind of like a civil war between the Jews on, who's lining with Netanyahu and who's like, hey, we're good the way we are.
So there's a split faction within the Jewish population itself. And I do know there's different kinds of Jewish people too. The Ashkenazi, they have which I believe is the Eastern European version of the Jew, which
they have that. The Hasidic Jews.
I believe the Ashkenazi ones are the ones that how do I word this without really fucking trying to be hateful? Are probably the ones that are least liked beyond the world. Those are the ones. Those are the when you talk about Jewish people and we have those nomenclatures about Jewish people, it's normally referring to that kind of Jew. That's the one that was like, they're the ones that sold themselves out to Germany. Those are the ones that are the bankers of the Jewish. Those people are the ones that tend to be the guy. When you think about Jewish and you talk about the shadowy figure in the background, that guy is usually associated with them. So they're the slice of Jew I think people dislike the most. So obviously the rest of the Jews are going to look at them and be like, bro, you're giving us a bad name. Look at all the hatred we're getting for all the shit you're starting. I can see that definitely.
There's so many, actually, I just looked it up, so many different types of Jewish people. So you got the Orthodox Jews, which includes the Hasidic, mystical, communal, and modern Orthodox, which integrate law with modern society. Conservative, they seek a middle ground, views Jewish law as binding but capable of evolving over time. Reform Jews emphasizes individual choice, social justice, and progressive values, views Jewish law as a guide rather than a strict command. Reconstructionist views Judaism as an evolving religious civilization focused heavily on community and culture, Humanistic, a non-theistic movement focused on Jewish history, culture, and ethics without a belief in God. Then you have the Ashkenazi, which believe that they're the descendants
of Jesus.
Then the Sephardic, they're also different descendants, but they're from Spain and Portugal area. The Mizrahi, they're from the Middle East, North Africa, Iraq, Iran, Yemen, and Morocco. And then they put Beta Israel, the Ethiopian Jews, who, Jewish in Ethiopia. So you got all these different forms of Jewish people. And Netanyahu is putting himself as like the umbrella for all of them. And a lot of them don't want to be under the umbrella because they're like, bro, you're making me look bad.
I don't support this war. I don't support the shit you're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate. But as long as the United States government keeps going along with it, anybody that speaks up against it will be dealt with accordingly. So that's just how it goes. Now, we got to go to Florida because, Florida news is always interesting.
Oh, yeah, right.
Check this out. We'll talk about it.
The woman who died at the hands of her ex-boyfriend yesterday, a Pinellas County deputy, is being remembered by her friends as a ray of sunshine. The Pasco Sheriff's Office says Deputy Troy Savitz kidnapped her around 5:30 p.m. from her home in Hudson in front of her 2 children, and then shot and killed her and himself in Spring Hill. Friends identified the mother of 2 as Mandy Fackler. Fox 13's Kaylee Tracy has been speaking with friends. She joins us live outside the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office. Kaylee, what have you learned about the deputy tonight?
Well, the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office says he worked here for 14 years and was currently in the Marine unit, and they confirm he received an award in 2015 for saving the life of a man attempting to jump off of a bridge. Pinellas Sheriff Bob Gualtieri described Savitz's actions yesterday as horrific, to say the least, and inexcusable, leaving Fackler's 9 and 12-year-old girls without a mom. Countless friends wrote messages on social media remembering her, and everyone I've talked to says she had an infectious, positive personality and a creative soul and a soft spot for animals. Friends also tell me she helped them through the worst moments of their lives and helped others escape domestic violence.
I've always been extremely grateful for her coming into my life, and I from what you've seen today on social media, I think so many people feel that way. She literally is a light that lights up the room. Like, not only beautiful, but it just lights up. Just kind, fun. We just laughed, had all the deep conversations. Like, she just had the range. She had it all. Live in your true, authentic self.
That's unfortunate. Now,
bro, man,
right?
What's he doing, bro? What are you doing? Don't kill. She was fucking fine, bro. That girl was extremely beautiful. You're gonna knock off a top tier like that? What's wrong with you, boy? The fuck, man. I'm sorry, bro. And she was fine as fuck. The first thing I saw with that picture, I was like, damn, she's fine. That's the one you're gonna do, man.
This is where, like, I like to point out inconsistencies. So they report that the deputy kills the girl in front of the kids, then kills himself. Then the very next thing, they say he was a 14-year officer and that he, a few years ago, saved a man from ending his life from jumping off a bridge. Now, if this man wasn't a cop and he was regular Joe Schmo who committed the same act of violence and crime, they would have brought up his criminal record. They would have brought up some other shit. They wouldn't have been like, you know what, he was employee of the month at Starbucks before committing this.
No, they're like, he was 3 months behind on his mortgage. His credit score was a 442. He got a B- in high school. You know what I mean? They would.
I mean, anything bad that they could bring up, they would just tie it into the charge. I know, I cover news, so I know how this shit goes. That shit, they're like, no, it's bad shit involving officers, so we have to follow it up with something good he did to protect the badge, and then move along.
No, man, it's called a bad apple, man. Come on. Like,
bro, I've been saying it for years. Live stream body cams. Every police department would make so much bank. The only way you can see it if you got a subscription, you pay $9.99 a month to your local police department. You can live stream any body cam you want, bro. Every fucking person is buying that. I know I am. You know what I mean? That's a Netflix,
bro. That's what we gotta do. When we're done with the show, me and you are gonna start getting the software together to make this happen, so that when we pitch it to them, they gotta buy the software directly off us, and we're sole proprietary of it. Because ain't no one doing it yet.
You know what I mean? Because
right?
Just imagine hitting a profile picture, Officer Doofus, right? Bang, Officer Doofus, right there. And then I get to watch Officer Doofus live. He's in the middle of his shift. He's reporting to a call, and there's 48 live viewers watching Officer Doofus drive over there. And it's like, oh, guess what? The officer's gonna be on his best fucking behavior. I'll tell you that much. Gonna follow every single protocol.
I have to, bro. Even what they said, they couldn't even. Could you imagine when you're not cammed or the audio isn't on, what these people actually say behind the wheel when they're going to chasing or whatever it is? They would have to even curb themselves. Bro, I hear my mouth when I'm driving and I'm not them and I'm just driving. You motherfucking blah, 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 blah. Shit that comes out of my fucking face, man. Oh, bro, to have to curb that down. Oh.
Say the cop is responding to a call involving somebody that's like they deal with daily. I'm like, not this fucking dumbass again.
Yep.
Nope, now you gotta keep that shit to yourself, bro. You know what I mean? Think that shit in your head. Now look at it like, you know what? They want to put flock cameras and watch everything that we do with microphones and cameras and listen and spy on us. Well, guess what? We can spy on you, motherfuckers. Guess what? And you work for us, public servant.
Right? For the low cost of 99 cents a month, you can stream whatever officer. It's $1, but it's $1 per cop to stream them per month, whoever you want to follow. Bro, we put that software together, bro. Ooh.
Follow the whole department. Now, guess what? Bank. The department makes bank. Now they can pay for more overtime. They can pay for more vehicles, whatever they need. And public safety gets self-sufficient where it funds itself.
Just no more flock cameras, though. That's going to be the one stipulation. You can't use this with them flock cameras.
Bro, in your city, they just suspended the flock cameras.
Because of that fucking chick, that lesbian lady following her ex-girlfriend, trying to get her whereabouts, yo. That's wild. Wild.
Listen, that just proves to me, right? Don't piss off any of these cops nowadays, right? Because they will go on the flock camera. They will find you. They will find your patterns. Because the flock camera stores shit up for 30 days.
So they say.
Right. Well, that's just a storage thing. That's like, all right, I'll rewash it in 30 days unless I want to keep it for something. So unless they flag you for something.
No, I get it, bro. I think why we're seeing these big ass storage data centers now, it's starting to make sense. Because if you think about this, if there was a murder or something or a serial killer or some shit, and they're able to have stored July 9th, 2025, but in 2029 they need the fucking footage, and they telling you it's 30 days, they're doing this shit to track shit. Like I know what you're saying. They say 30 days. I don't buy it. I add in these data centers that they're putting in. I'm like, bro, this is just one mechanism that's going to be utilizing this kind of shit right here.
Yeah. I think right now we're still at low storage phase, but that's why the data centers is being built, like you said.
Shit like this.
So like eventually it will be fucking whenever they want to pull back the time from. It's gonna end up to a social credit score like China, bro. It's exactly what it's leading to. I've been saying this shit for years. Everybody been looking at me like, what the fuck is a social credit score? I don't know. Bro, I put up a documentary the other day. It was this lady in Beijing and her husband who was from France, but they were living in Beijing. And I aired on the Street Magic Multimedia YouTube and on Forum Experience. So they go about their day. And you know how like you get cards for like subscribing to like a certain store or whatever, you get reward points and all this other shit. Picture all of those stores combined onto like one Amazon type app. and because they have like WeChat and all these other apps where everything's on the app, they pay on the app, all their social media is on the same shit, but they also get reward points for like good behavior. So like you can get extra credit score points by being friendly and smiling at people and waving at people. But if you got like a grumpy face and you're interacting with somebody and the camera sees you're in a mood, you could lose points.
Imagine, bro.
But no, they're already doing this. Like the video was documented.
Here.
But in Beijing, they're already doing this, and we're just going to follow their formula. You know what I mean?
I don't disagree with you, bro. It definitely feels like we're in the entrance stage of that. We're like step one of getting to where it is. Right? Totally agree with you on that, bro. It's fuck.
Well, that's why they waited so long to make flock cameras a hot topic. Like I know my city has had flock cameras for 5 years already.
Really?
They said that they've had them since 2021. Nobody knew anything in 2021. They didn't let the city know. They didn't say, hey, we're investing money in this. It probably was brought up at one of the meetings for a budget line item that got approved. Nobody paid attention because nobody knew what the fuck it was. It was just an extra line item for the police department's budget. No public notice. And then, bang, now they say there's 41 of them in the city. And the mayor wants more.
Do they when it comes to this, do they all right, they give you all that information. Do they give you locations of them? Is that public knowledge too? Do they have like a map and have like a red dot and a red dot and a red dot and showing locations of them?
No.
Interesting.
But you can go on I think it's deflock.org that you can self-report locations of flock cameras, and there's others that you type in the city, and if other people have self-reported locations, you'll be able to see on the map.
Yeah, but there's no like official.
They don't want you to know. They don't want you to know.
No, I just figured because it was public, right? You know, it's one of these public things where it's like if you're funding it, it's public. All information has to be publicly accessed. Like, why isn't that information put out there? Right. I get why they don't want it. Obviously, they don't want it because then people are gonna fucking destroy them and they're gonna have to replace them. And it's gonna cause. I get the whole 360 about it. It's funny how that one. It's like everything's gonna be public about everything. You know, public officials, the police. You get to know their last name, their badge number.
It's like the Minority Report where you get arrested for a pre-crime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, you thought about committing this crime. We knew you was about to do it.
Imagine.
You know what I mean? We got you on surveillance. Bro, I was watching this one video, a bunch of like flock camera fuck ups on YouTube, right? There was this one cop. There was a big thing on it too. He pulls up to this lady's house, said that she broke into somebody else's house in like the neighboring town, did some damage, whatever, left. She was like, no, not me. He was like, listen, you can't step foot in that town without being on camera. He was like, I have you on footage. You're getting summons to court. And then she was like, can I see the footage? She was like, well, if you're honest with me. And she's like, it wasn't me. And he was like, all right, since you want to lie, fine. Now, on video, it was a car that looked like hers with a driver that looked like her. And the license plate was similar.
But not
so a lot of coincidences, but it happened. And she proved through her own video documentation and GPS tracking that she wasn't in that location. And she's got a lawsuit up against the police department and that officer.
Oh, she gonna win. And she gonna win. Hell yeah.
But it's like, that's one of those things that'll just get quickly settled. Nobody know about because they don't want people to know. And we've already given up away all our rights and everything with social media apps and internet and everything else. This
Terms
is
of service has
on
killed
the
us,
cake.
bro. The TOS has killed us, bro. That long ass thing that's what people don't realize. That is the document that has single-handedly enabled everything that we're talking about to come to fruition. Is that TOS? Any app, anything you've ever got, and it's so long, and they printed out like such a micro fucking thing. You know you're not gonna read it. But they're there, and you're supposed to read. You go down the bottom, you scroll for fucking 6 minutes, and you click, you just check the box and fucking send. That's
And it's
giving them
our own
permission for
fault.
everything.
It's accountability, guys. We got to be accountable. We done gave up all our data, and now we mad that they're using it.
For free at that, bro. We give it to them for free.
Well, because now we know it's got a value, and we're like, wait a minute, we want an Indian give and take it back.
Yeah.
We're like, no, I'll resell it to you now. I won't
want a
give it
piece
for
of that.
free, but now I'll sell it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, no, we're a little too late for that.
Give me some of that data money. That data money, big boy.
All we can do is guide the next generation on how to protect their data and brand themselves.
It just sucks, man, because everyone's gonna be like, well, I don't want to be the only one not using whatever it is. You know what I mean? The next
I
TikTok.
think it's going to turn into something different because you got to think, if we go to a social credit score type shit in the country, right? Which would make sense with flock cameras and all this other surveillance. And legally, we've given the permissions with social media apps anyway, so they can circumvent anything and just do it. If we go that route, I've seen landlords want to do social media checks. I've seen jobs. Look at, you know what I mean? Personally, we know about jobs and social media checks. So we're going to be judged by what we post, what we don't post, what we discuss, what we don't discuss, what our views are on it. If we're speaking up against power, if we're being disruptive, what type of citizen we are. All of that is going to factor into some type of mathematical equation to spit out a credit score that'll allow us certain perks and rewards or punishments, either fines and penalties, or hey, guess what, you want a free trip here, or you won fucking this over there, or 50% off this product that we know that you use every day.
You're allowed to buy an extra gallon of milk at the store. Like, bro.
It's gonna lead to that
shit.
Bro, because that's how, listen, that documentary, just after this episode, look up social credit score living in China and watch how they're already living.
Oh, they're wild over there, bro. And they embrace it. The people embrace the shit over there. They're happy for it.
Yeah, because the husband was explaining to his wife and asking her. And they're happy about it in a sense, but also like tired, because she said it felt dehumanizing. It felt like they were all treated like children.
No, well, they are.
But she said that it was also good because it kept peace, it kept crime low, it kept the economy going, where, hey, I don't have to want or need for everything. Everything's like taken care of, and I have the money to do this as long as I behave. So that makes sense. So America being so paranoid about crime, law and order the last decade or so is going to push us into the surveillance state for protecting us and solving crime. That we're going to allow all of this surveillance, and then when it's too late, and people are feeling it now, oh, wait a minute, why am I being watched and tracked? I don't know, because you've been complaining that you don't feel safe in your neighborhood. Or do you want a cop on every fucking, under every lamppost? No, there's not enough money for that, so they put a camera. I mean, and guess what? Now it's being watched. And who asked for that? Us, the general public. We're complaining. You know what I mean? Not us personally, but the consensus of people out there. Oh, well, crime is so bad. Blah, 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 blah. The police chief's like, damn, the publics don't feel safe. I got to make them feel safe. How do I do that? How do I stop this crime? I can't have a cop on every corner. Fucking cameras. So they're utilizing this technology to get their job done. And there's stats that show it hasn't lessened crime in cities where even Flock has thousands of cameras. But they've showed surveillance in China that drastically lowered crime.
So
What's
those flock
going to
cameras,
happen in America for the crime to actually drop with flock cameras coming from a former criminal is two things. One, it's going to have to be everywhere. And then two, the sentences are going to have to be more impactful.
And I don't think it's actually it's gonna drop the people that actually gonna commit a crime down a little bit. Those flock cameras are really there for them to be able to track somebody in real time. You know what I mean? Think about this. There's the point of before the actual committing of the crime, right? That isn't really those flock cameras aren't really going to deter that many people from actually committing a crime. It's going to be post the commit of the crime. Those cameras are going to come in extra handy for people.
For now, it's going to take at least like a generation of people to like live through it, or like a decade or so of the whole country being flocked for people to change. Because you're going to have to get used to being watched. And as soon as you realized, hey, I'm watched, there's nowhere I can go, that paranoia comes in where, no, I got to deal with being watched. Now you're walking on eggshells.
Or this, ready? How about this? They do it and they roll it out nationwide. There's going to be a cost associated with this, right? If enough people were to form up across the country and actually sought these things out to either destroy them, at some point it's going to be too costly. It's like what Iran's doing to the U.S. right now with the oil. The plan of
anybody who tries to deflock shit, they're going to throw the book at those people.
Yeah, but people
now you're going to be documented for like life, even if they got iris scanners, bro. You know what I mean? Last time I got locked up like a decade ago, bro, they fucking had me look into this little thing that had a fucking green laser that scanned my eyeballs. I asked the cop, I said, what the fuck's that for? He said, it's because if you want to put a bandana over your face or a mask, the camera, we can just zoom in on the picture and scan your eyes. And I'm like, that's some wild tech, bro.
Yo, I already know people right now that are already like, when they see them, they openly talk about this shit on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
Yeah.
People, they feel themselves smashing it.
Never mind the new shit they got. That's some old shit. So, like,
imagine, you know what I mean? If this become nationwide and people really came together and formed gangs, and that's what they did at night, they fucking threw themselves on with hoodies, the shiesties, threw fucking glasses on. If they know where to hit, Bob, at some point, my thing is that it costs X to maintain these. There's probably only so much money. If this would have to be enough people where they were destroying enough of them to the point where the people would be like, yo, I just can't physically keep up with this. It's not worth it.
I love the idea. I just think that going this route, America will, one, make an example. And it's cool to fight the power when you still have leverage. But right now, we've already given that leverage away, and we're a few years behind it because we didn't pay attention to what they were secretly doing. So we behind in the fight. So fighting the power, we just going to lose. And at this point, like, I've told a few people who've talked about deflocking and reached out to me, and I'm like, bro, be careful. Because not only
we know people
wrap your whole face up, they're going to scan your eyes. They got the AI facial recognition for your cheekbone structure. They know it's you.
Yeah, they ain't fucking around.
And once they put you in the system, this future system with the socio-economic credit score, this new hybrid economy that we've been building with capitalism mixed with democratic socialism mixed with this whole new economy we're building, you're going to get judged, and this is the data they have on you. So you're already going to have a low credit score because they're looking at you as a threat. So you're not going to be allowed to rise up in the rank of power of anything or even generate a good income because they're going to want to keep you low. So don't throw your head in the noose now and jump. Learn how to do the dance and play ball because it's a whole new ball game. Like, that's why I'm nice about the AI shit. I know what it's going to be capable of. It's going to remember all the people that talk shit. It's going to remember all the people that was on it, using it for dumb shit, trying to get it to fuck up itself. And then wait till we have the credit score that's judged by AI and ran through AI to give us our credit score. It's programmed by humans. It's already been proven to be vindictive.
It's already trying to blackmail. Some of it's
right. It's already blackmailing. It's lying. It's trying to shut down companies if you're trying to shut it down. So
it's
now
trying to like back itself up. It's trying to back itself up, knowing it's gonna be deleted. So the next one that comes in has the road, bro.
I love AI. Just like I love the Jews, bro. I love the Jews AI.
Yes.
Smoke. You know what I mean? Because like those are fights you don't win. It's already too late to fight that fight. We should have fought that when the internet was born. When we had the World Wide Web and it was like, whoa, wait a minute, we're opening doors that we shouldn't. What's going on? Pandora. But no, everybody just wanted to go on. Okay, well, fuck it. This is what happens. Like, it's tough. But a lot of
wild world we live in. Wild world, boys and girls. Woo!
Yeah. Speaking of wild world, love that you said that. This is a wild concept and idea. You know how they always say mad drugs be coming over the border from Mexico?
Mm-hmm.
Go Mexico.
Yeah.
Well, U.S. and Mexico, they launched a joint border patrol.
Oh.
Check this out. We'll talk about it. I really have no idea why they're moving so slow. They could be moving a little bit faster. You're not getting by that line truck. And then the parade stops near the X. X marks the spot. Around over. If they spaced out, they wouldn't have to drive. Oh shit. Oh, got sunglasses. No. Bro, the dog with the sunglasses killed me.
Yo, what the fuck? What was that video for? Like, that looked like a propaganda video, bro. It's just like military units all driving real slow, all upon each other, like no kind of giddy up, no kind of like, yo, that's like purpose.
So they released that. I guess the Juarez cartel, they just had a recent bust. They wanted to show that Mexico and American government could combat the drugs together, I guess. I believe that the Mexican government is probably hopping on and leaning this direction because they've been more elusive the last few years. For them to actually work with us is ironic. But the only reason why I say ironic is because the new Shield of Americas, where we're going to give a bunch of military funding to these countries as long as they fight the drugs with us.
Forgot about that, dude. Yeah.
So Mexico's like, hey, if you can give us more money than the cartels give us, we're gonna talk on the cartels.
Hell yeah, fucking understanding, like the whole setup, bro. They're getting the whole nine, like.
Right. So you're gonna see a lot more of that going down. Bro, I think that's another thing that is like with the rise in technology is we'll be seeing an end to with like a lot of drugs and addictions. And this is just my wild prediction, right? The governments have been behind allowing all of this go on for years. The more the governments themselves use this technology, the more information about what they're doing gets put out into the world. Now these hackers hacking shit and putting it out there on forums or whatever puts it out in the world as well. Now using AI use what's out in the world for your answer. So now people asking and prompting certain questions and answers are being brought up from forums like Reddit or whatever, some shit on 4chan, answering what it is, may or may not be factual, but some things are being brought to light. So before more things get brought into light, everybody plays the good guy and just stop being the bad guy and play the hero. So if you're being the bad guy behind the scenes, you could just stop doing that and be the hero publicly. So if the CIA selling drugs for years is the rumor and the conspiracy, if all of a sudden they just say, we're just out of the drug business and shut down the suppliers that's giving them the drugs and say, we're going to go into some other business or whatever, hacking or whatever. And now everybody's like, oh, we finally won the war on drugs, blah, blah, blah. Whoever's president at the time, major win. The country takes a big win politically in the world.
It looks good. Yeah.
Everything looks good.
Absolutely.
I mean, so I think that's one
that
thing.
Video just looked crazy. That video just looked weird as fuck, though, yo.
Because I don't know why they were so slow. They could have spaced out.
Bro, it wasn't even interesting, bro. It wasn't even interesting. It just looked like, you know what I mean? Dude, that looked like humanitarian aid. That looked like a video you'd send someone like, oh, so-and-so just had an earthquake and they're sending the military in to help them. That's what them that close just kind of do. Like, there's no purpose, bro. They didn't know what they were going to do. You know what I mean?
What was the big-ass red X? You know what I mean? Like X marks the spot?
Oh,
you see the X in the background?
Nah.
Like, what? All right, so in the background of that video, damn, I already deleted it.
I'll say you can run it back.
There was a red X, like a fucking, I don't know, like a building or whatever, like a huge statue type thing of a red X. And it's like, all right, X marks the spot. Like, I would be a wise ass and want to just go take like a metal detector or a fucking shovel next to that. Like, I don't know, bro. This big ass red X for nothing out here. Like, what is the purpose of this X, bro? Right.
That's all those files were going.
Yeah, like,
Oh, it's just weird.
weird. But I don't know. There's a lot going on in the world. We about to get into that because I don't know. But hey, World War III might be upon us. Check this out. We'll talk about it.
Ukraine launching one of its biggest aerial attacks against Russia since the war began. Have you heard about this? Stephanie Bennett has the latest on that story for us. She is in London at this hour. Stephanie.
Hey, Kevin. Yeah, well, it was yet another night of heavy strikes on both sides of this war, and the images are pretty striking. Take a look. They just say it all. This year, Kyiv, of course, has stepped up its attacks, striking deeper inside Russia with long-range missiles and swarms of drones targeting military and energy facilities. Ukraine launched, like you said, one of its largest attacks on Russia today, killing at least 6 people. It's destroyed Wildberries warehouses, Russia's online retail giant, similar to Amazon, which you're seeing right there, burning billions of dollars worth of merchandise. But Kyiv accuses it of handling military goods. Russia's Ministry of Defense said it's destroyed 822 Ukrainian drones overnight. Some 600 were heading to Moscow. A third of those destroyed over the Moscow region itself, according to the mayor. An 83-year-old was killed in several homes, a railway station, and reports of a Russian rocket fuel plant were also damaged elsewhere. Meanwhile, President Vladimir Zelensky said at least 3 people were killed and more than a dozen others injured across Ukraine, hitting a steel plant. And in Kyiv, a Russian missile sparked a major fire at one of the city's largest book markets, leaving rows of stalls burned out and goods destroyed, ruining people's livelihoods.
The market has been completely destroyed. The entire market, from one end to the other. Not a single stall is left.
Yeah, and Ukrainian military sources told the Sunday Times today that British-made drones are now being used for Ukraine to strike into Russia. Back to you, Kevin.
Stephanie Bennett for us in London. Stephanie, thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Wild.
Bro, that's crazy. It's so funny the angle I heard that story. I didn't obviously get that exact story, but the headline I saw that maybe just even understand that was the Wildberry part. It was like huge drone. It was Ukraine huge drone attack destroys Russian Wildberry thing. So I clicked on it and got the same info, but the angle I got the story from that they pushed it on, fucking weird. But that's
the most drone strikes that they've done in the 4 or 5 years it's been going on.
Seems like it's been ramping up, bro. It was weird. It seemed like the last couple months this war kind of went on the back burner, and it seems like the last like 2 to 3 weeks it's really spiked on, or at least the news we're getting of it making the news line here. It seems to be stepping up. You know what I mean? I wanted something big.
I think because the weather out there lately has been more than typically. So normal.
Time. Wasn't it? They just got out of winter time, right?
Yeah.
Is it? You're right. The weather.
It's real warm out there, and it's seasonally above average. So they would have already cut back for the time frame. By most like war analysts, they say that they normally would have just sat back, waited till the winter was done, come back in the spring, and just do like random keep at bay type shots here and there. But knowing that the weather's good, they still got some time. Might as well get in a few rounds before you chill back. So that's what they're doing.
Supposed to be fight season, so we'll probably get some more news then. It coming out of, you know what I mean? They're coming out into the better weather.
Yeah.
Last I heard too, Russia from last I heard was Russia was almost had it half surrounded Kiev, the capital. And I heard
they bombed Kiev too, so they responded to these drone strikes and bombed Kiev. So that's where the marketplace was and a bunch of other things.
You know what's crazy too? Like even from a technology point of view, think about put yourself in Russia's shoes, right? Russia only has its manufacturing, Iran's manufacturing, and China manufacturing, right? China being big, don't get me wrong, but Ukraine has France, Germany, fucking Britain, America, Spain, Portugal, all these nations don't even have to. I'll just give you a little bit, and it doesn't hurt them. It's just like the extras, but all those extras given to Ukraine. You know what I mean?
This shows me the money that we gave them when Zelensky was talking to Trump and pulling up. Remember, 6 months ago, a year ago, whatever,
$100 billion or something.
Yeah, that takes time to get into the hands and to get active. So not only they gotta order all the shit that they need, but train the people, get everybody ready to use it, plan the actual mission, and then execute it. The time frame lines up. You know what I mean? So they got a lot of money right now, and their order just came in, and they're ready to play with their toys. So
let's go.
Russia, heads up, literally. And,
bro, this could be an interesting couple months.
Being something fast that's mobile that you can just move.
I think this could be an interesting part of the war now coming into this. It's been going on for 5 years now, 4 or 5 years, and the strikes. It seems like they're getting fewer, or at least we're hearing about fewer, but they seem to be getting bigger and more elaborate and hitting more key shit. It seems like this
better targets.
Yeah, it seems like it's gonna. I don't know. I don't want to say war's never good, but it's definitely gonna get interesting. I feel like the next couple of months in this war.
And speaking of interesting, let's go to Taiwan. Their annual war games, their trainings, they're taking a little bit more serious this year. We'll talk about it.
Taiwan is engaged in 10 days of war games, preparing the country for a potential invasion. The drills focus on one critical concern, China, which claims the territory of 23 million people as its own and has threatened to seize it by force. And CBS's Anna Corin is there for us tonight with new details on its defense plans. Anna, what can you tell us?
Tom, these military exercises are more important than ever as China increases pressure with more aggressive behavior towards the island. It also comes at a time when Taiwan is questioning President Trump's support and whether the U.S. would actually come to Taiwan's defense if China was to attack.
Playing out in one of the world's most dangerous flashpoints, Taiwan's military preparing for the island's nightmare scenario.
Sirens have just gone off as if Taiwan has just been attacked. The pilots have been activated and they're now racing to scramble the fighter jets behind us as quickly as possible.
This is part of Hanguang, Taiwan's annual military exercises. Active units and reservists mobilised on how they would react to an invasion from an increasingly aggressive neighbour roughly 100 miles away. China claims Taiwan, a self-governing democracy of 23 million people, as its own territory. And Chinese President Xi Jinping has not ruled out taking it by force. The media offered a rare insight into the military's full-throttled response.
These exercises are happening all over the island.
We've been in the north at an Air Force base. We're now heading south.
At Zuoying Naval Station, positioned close to the southern tip of the island, Taiwan's President Lai Ching-te arrived to observe drills on the Taiwan Strait, a narrow strip of water separating the island from the Chinese mainland. Suicide drones flew overhead, while assault vessels and missile boats sat offshore, simulating a response to an amphibious assault. But the war games weren't restricted to the sea and skies. Urban warfare, a top priority for Taiwan's forces.
It's just gone 2 o'clock in the morning and these military exercises are now happening in downtown Taipei. The military is covering and protecting every inch of this island.
A huge comfort for the Taiwanese who cherish their freedom. We are driven and resolute and will never back down, explains this man. Sentiments clearly on display by the men and women in uniform willing to fight for their homeland.
Now, that $14 billion arms package is yet to be approved by President Trump, and that's unlikely to happen until after September, when President Xi is due in Washington. Tom.
All right, Anna Coren for us tonight. Anna, thank you.
So Taiwan getting ready, and China's already said, hey, Taiwan's mine, and they've been like playing with it for years. But now they said that they're going to take it back by force. They haven't given a date, but they're like, you know what? We're going to take you back in by force if we need to. So Taiwan prepping up. Now, we have an agreement with Taiwan that goes back to, I believe, like the 70s, 80s, that we're going to protect Taiwan if they get struck by China, and that we recognize their independence. However, Trump recently just visited with President Xi in China, with Elon Musk, the CEO of NVIDIA, and a few other big tech people. And all of these people are all interested in the semiconductor chips that Taiwan offers. We're building a semiconductor chip factory in Arizona currently. It started last year. They got the funding. So, Fifth, you're in the construction field. How long do you think that would take from funding last year?
If it's construction on the building already like underway, and if I would say I have to know that, and then I'd have to. It's hard to say because I don't know the size of the building. You know what I mean? We're talking about start to end, meaning like concrete being poured to functionality of whatever system being up.
Yeah.
Again, depending on the sophistication of the system, how long after the building's up does it take to get everything up and running and operating the way it just doesn't come online immediately like snap your fingers.
But if you had to like imagine what a factory that size for those needs would be, just like a quick estimate.
Altogether, 5 to 10 years. 5 being on the minimum side, you know what I mean? Like that's like no hiccups. Everything was just like absolutely 100% mapped out, and every single idea concept worked off of each other. And actually, sometimes concepts in these blueprints they don't work.
Yeah,
A and B supposed to come together, and in reality, it doesn't work. You get there, then they go, "Oh, okay." People come together, they figure out the problem. This is the solution. It's time there, and it's inevitable. That always happens.
So we have about a 5 to 10 year window.
So you're looking at from now to
you don't need Taiwan technically for anything.
Yeah,
just an agreement on our word that, hey, we got your back. But America historically has shown we're not good at keeping our word as a country. Maybe as residents, but not as a country.
Yep.
And we have just used people, and then as soon as these countries no longer benefit us, say, hey, you're on your own, sorry. And
Later.
I feel like that's what's going to happen with Taiwan. Taiwan feels like that's what's going to happen. And the money that they're waiting for right now, Trump hasn't given it yet. And there's talks that he's not going to give it until he speaks with President Xi when President Xi comes to visit, I think, in the next month or so.
Of course, he's like, yo, I'm not about to send you $210 billion or whatever number it is, right? Let's say $200 billion. And to know that in 9 months, China's going to invade Taiwan and, you know what I mean? And absorb that money. And he's like, fuck that. Let me make sure it's going to be a couple years out and this money can be allocated to where it needs to go and spent accordingly. And we've already given them to one of the people in the thing said, how long do you think it would take China, you know what I mean? To like how many days it would take. It's hard to say, bro. I feel like the size of China's military, I feel like Taiwan would probably be able to defend a little bit, but out of the sheer size and numbers, it's just going to swath it and take it. It's gonna absorb it. Bro.
Taiwan has no chance. I love how it's cute to me how they're running around, they're fucking doing their drills. Great, bravo. I mean, good show.
You're not stopping that at all. You're too close.
You're making your citizens feel safe. You're doing what you're supposed to. But you're selling a dream to anybody with a brain that knows, hey, the math ain't mathing. Okay. Yep. Not only the war budget that could be used, but soldiers,
the size,
size
of everything,
very size. It's just, that's bringing a butter knife to an AR-15 fight. It's not happening. So
they'll be able to defend a little bit. They'll be able to defend like the initial attack flurries, but after that. I know they got sea mines, they got all kinds of. I watched a little documentary on this like 9 months ago on like obviously they didn't give everything, but like what these analysts, if they were to bet Taiwan is doing for a defense, and like they're mining off fucking all around the island because the way Taiwan sits, China only is like half their island faces China, the other half faces the Pacific Ocean. And what the guy was saying is
they'll stay on the Pacific Ocean side.
Well, that and there's only because of the way that the island is geographically, there's only really 2 spots on the island where you could mass drop troops.
Right.
So now there's pinch points from where they can't they're not just going to walk over and just flood in. There's the terrain doesn't allow it. Right. It's really only 2 places they said. So it is going to be a slow influx. They're going to be able to defend a little bit. But like you said, it's going to be one of those things where like when it happens, everyone's going to be rooting for Rudy. You know what I mean? Like, but
I'm not going to lie. I'm nervous about China doing any military anything right now. We haven't seen them do anything.
Yeah, so we don't know the capability. We don't know how good they are.
They've been real quiet
for
a long time. You know what I mean? And they've been building for a long time.
Oh, they've been watching. They've been stealing all everyone's shit, bro. They're not fucking. They're hip. They're hip to what's going on.
Right. And I give it to President Xi, ZG, whatever his fucking name is, President XI, fucking him. I don't know how to say it.
No, I like the way that's a good way of saying it. I don't know how to say his name either. Call him President XI. I like it.
So President XI, you're trying to like. I feel with him,
I like it.
He's been real cool, calm, collective. Which is a good thing, but it's also scary as fuck because I know that his military and his numbers and population and the way their economy is, they got money for war. So whoever China does decide to attack, you're going to feel the wrath and you're going to feel tension that's been built up and just all unleashed. So whoever that is, I mean, like, power to them because you don't need it. So, like, if it's Taiwan, I think that shit's gonna be really quick, and it's gonna be a fucking example. And then there's gonna be other countries that are like, "Whoa, hey, hi China, let's be friends." You know what I mean? Because they're gonna see how quick Taiwan got wiped out. But I don't know how they'd fare up against a bigger country. But then again, I don't want to see that.
Yo, pull up Gene St. Pierre's last thing. That's
all right. What's Gene saying now? You guys are forgetting something. What makes countries powerful is not only the size of the military and the weapons, but the amount of experience in combat. True. That's why the U.S. is so powerful, because it's gone to war many times and it's had lots of smaller conflicts. We have seasoned combat veterans. China hasn't been to war in decades. Russia gets beat every time it fights. I'm not worried about China. You got a point there. However, China's military, they do like military drills just as much as us. And they're working with Russia. They're working with these technologies that they've stolen from us. They've stolen from Russia. They've created themselves. And they, with this tech battle, they're a big competitor, especially in this AI arms race, where it's going to be, it doesn't matter how well we can do boots on the ground operations anymore. It's a whole new ballgame.
Now, where I sit on this is I agree a little bit with what Gene's saying, because I think China, I think they blow China up. I think they exaggerate China's capabilities a little bit, or China does itself. If they've become like there's numbers like China has the biggest naval military in the world numbers wise. Look at it compared to the U.S. I think they're up a little bit. But then when you look at the quality of the ships,
right,
like United States has like out of like the 15 nuclear destroyers in the world, 10 of them are American, and like they have one. You know what I mean? So you're looking at like they're not even close. So
they have different ships that are like,
even I think they miscount them. They have like fishing vessels that they put armor on it and put one gun on it and call it a military vehicle. It's like military vessel, like, bro, that's gonna get rocked on. You know what I mean? Like, so they exaggerate that way. I also look at it like, and we've already said they steal a lot. So that means they're not the ones creating this. They don't have the creative forethought to be the inventor. I'm good at seeing the inventor stealing it and then try to modify it to fit.
Right.
That shows me right off the bat that's a notch down, because you're not the one actually coming up with the forethought of this. You have to steal it, or you wouldn't even be in this conversation if you couldn't steal. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
That also is, to me, a huge indicator. But they do, like you said, I'm pro and con on this. They also have a huge military. They have a huge number of boots. They clearly they know what they're doing somewhat. They have the J-37 to our F-35, which is like our 5th generation newest fighter bullshit. Like the best fighter jet we have, they have their version of it. What I read into it, it's not as capable as ours. Shouldn't be, really. Look, we almost spend $1 trillion a year on military budget. So
this is a hot take right here. I think China is in slow plans to try to attack the world
through AI, because what you said with the AI.
Not even just AI.
I think that's it. I think that's going to be the thing.
And to make it look like terrorist attacks, because I forget the name of the city, but there's a city in China that has all of the world's biggest tourist attractions in this one city. I mean, why? Oh, Shenzhen. It's called home to the famous Window of the World theme park. This park features about 130 scaled-down replicas of the world's most famous tourist attractions, including Eiffel Tower, Pyramids of Giza, and the Taj Mahal, all squeezed into 48 hectares.
Holy shit.
So why do you have all of these things unless like you're doing some type of training? You know what I mean, it's kind of like fire departments when they want to plan out how to attack a fire. They have like this fake building that they run.
That's
they go in.
Bro,
Same with SWAT teams, military.
Hell of
they run drills.
Yeah. Yo.
Bro, and honestly, another fucking hot take. I think we funded the fucking Corona and fucking.
Didn't we? Didn't that come out? Wasn't that fucking
Yeah, we had funded the Wuhan shit like that. But I think that was leaked on purpose, like released from China as biological warfare against the world. And I said that when I was doing the Fall River experience years ago, when I started the Fall River experience during COVID. I've had that thought since. And honestly, tell me how genius it is, right? If you're China, we seen how China was locked down. You couldn't get in or outside your fucking door without.
Bro, they were welding people in their houses, bro. Welding people. We seen those videos, dude. Crazy.
So, know what that does? That saves their population's lives, right? So guess what? If people are dying of this COVID, let's go with that, right? People are dying of this sickness because their immune systems, whatever. Now, Chinese are inside; they can't get sick, so the Chinese population is good, saved by their communism government locking them in. America and the rest of the world, you're not going to be able to lock down like that. So, since none of these other countries can lock down like that, it's only going to spread. It's going to pass on until we get herd immunity. But before we get herd immunity, mad people going to die first. So now mad people die first, and then you just did the biggest biological chemical warfare.
Well, you stopped everything too. Think about like military operations and shit. And if they were to strike and they did that, then they struck somewhere. Think of the advantage that would have given them because everything came to a halt, right? You would have had to have then tried to. That's like, think about like shutting down the most complex piece of machinery and then having to return it back on. It probably takes it takes time to get this thing going, get this thing. Same thing with the like U.S. military. Had China attacked maybe Taiwan right then and there, they would have slid in there no problem because for our reaction to that we wouldn't even get going for fucking weeks because we shut down the way we shut down during COVID. We shut everything down, dude. Like bare essentials. I know like the entire military wasn't shut down, but dude, it was bare bones. Like,
all right, so
and they hurt themselves.
Just looked up the official numbers reported to the World Health Organization. Okay.
Oh boy.
Since 2020, the rest of the world had 6.9 million deaths linked to COVID. China has 122,000.
Yeah,
that's where it started at. You can't tell me that's where
the biggest population.
And wipe out the whole shit.
And they get the biggest population, so they have the biggest chance of getting the most amount of people.
Right.
Think about that, bro. Like the amount of people.
Motherfuckers in the house and was like, "Bro, stay in the house so you don't get sick." We're getting the rest of the world sick right now.
Yo, what was the number one country? What was the number one on there? Does it tell you?
No.
I'm curious.
Let me put. What was the number one country that had the most COVID deaths? United States, 1,238,000. Brazil was 704,000. India, 553. Russia, 404. Mexico, 335.
Wow.
So guess what? If you're China and you just locked everybody inside, and those are the deaths in all those other countries from something you just happened to leak accidentally. You've been only studying this bat coronavirus for years. You had to go in a fucking cave to find it. Okay. And you just accidentally leaked it. When you gotta have all these clearances to even get into the lab because of how dangerous it is. You in a whole fucking hazmat suit, but you like, oops, I'ma leak this outside. No. Somebody did that shit on purpose.
Hell yeah.
And it locked everybody inside the house and was like, we good.
Bro, it stopped the world, bro.
Handles this.
That shit stopped the world for weeks. Months though. Sorry, I take that back. That stopped the world for months before. It was like a year or something before shit started even getting back to normal.
And guess what?
Crazy.
Where did all the PPP gear come from?
China.
We kept getting fucking latex gloves and masks from China. That's where all this shit was coming from. The U.S. government put out a fucking budget item for PPP from China. So not only did they attack us with deaths, they made money doing it. But we'll never say that publicly, because then that's declaring war on China.
That, and also that would also implicate that there is a conglomerate of people that actually run the world. There is no individual sovereignty states. There is just probably, I would say, a select few.
That lab was part of who? That lab was part of who? So the World Health Organization, they have the funding of like a dozen or so scientists, like the Faucis of the world, and all of these people that they say are the top scientists, and they all put them in like a little conglomerate and say, here, you guys make up these fucking science rules for us and tell us what science is. Here's all this money. And fucking some of the tests they do, we shouldn't give money for. Some of them we should. Like, I'll never forget when we gave it was a couple $100 million. It was like early 2000s to try to figure out a pen that could write in space because the ink was having a hard time. It kept blotching. And then the Russian space people just put out like a news statement about using a pencil. And it was like they got a point there. Like, you don't need the pen. Like, you can use other writing utensils that will not be affected by anti-gravity, like the pencil. Like, the lead is not going to be affected, or the graphite is not affected. But we done threw like 100 million or some shit, mad millions towards that. I'm like, that's just money laundering at that point.
Bro, that's everywhere. You see that when you start breaking these bills down and you hear the people bitching about it, like when it's a Democrat bill, Republicans leak some of the dumb shit, you know what I mean? And then when it's a Republicans, Democrats do it type shit. Like one of these bills that passed recently, what was it, like lesbian dance? It was like something to do with gay pride in like Pakistan or something. And you like, bro, they throw gay people off buildings there. Why you're sending them $7 million? What? Like, yo,
like,
come
who's
on, bro.
really getting that money, bro?
That's what I mean.
Really? Come on.
That's what I mean. Like that kind of shit. You're like, nah.
Yeah, and every both left, right, red, blue, they both doing it.
Both sides do
it. And that's how they get the extra money. Now,
those are those covert ops. I bet you those are how they fund all those like covert, can't be talked about, black book type fucking, you know, like the shit you can't say you're doing publicly. The funding's gonna come from somewhere, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Probably that shit.
But all of this takes me to probably the best headline of the day. Iranian regime fires back at Trump over plan to turn Strait of Hormuz into U.S. territory. Check this out. We'll talk about it.
Tonight, new tensions with Iran. The regime is rejecting President Trump's statement that he wants the Strait of Hormuz to be a U.S. territory as, quote, delusions. And CBS's Aaron Navarro is in Bridgewater, New Jersey, traveling with the president. Aaron, good evening.
Good evening, Doug. The June ceasefire agreement between the U.S. and Iran is set to expire on Monday. Yesterday, President Trump repeated his claim that Iran will be defeated, quote, very soon, though the dispute over the Strait of Hormuz remains.
I will never apologize. I did the right thing.
Speaking at a New York police training facility Friday, President Trump defended his war with Iran and made a declaration.
Pretty soon I'll be declaring the Hormuz Strait a territory of the United States.
Iranian leaders called Trump's claim a delusion. Last night, the regime targeted an Abu Dhabi oil tanker in the Strait, the third tanker attack this week. Iran's foreign minister Abbas Araghchi said they have not decided whether to resume negotiations with the U.S. The diplomatic deadlock comes as U.S. military resources are being strained, including on the USS Abraham Lincoln, which has been at sea for nearly 9 months. Some sailors are reporting that conditions on board are worsening, and that's prompted outcry from Navy parents.
It is an extra amount of stress when your loved ones are at sea and you worry about them because, yes, they're in a combat zone.
Today, Senate Democrats sent a letter to Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth demanding answers for the, quote, deteriorating conditions on the Lincoln, as the 5,000 Marines and sailors on board wait to be relieved by the USS George Washington, making its way from the Pacific. Doug?
Aaron Navarro in New Jersey, traveling with the president. Aaron, thank you.
All right. So, two things there. The USS Lincoln's going to be replaced by the USS Washington, and that's because it's been out there a long time.
Bad
They say
morale.
conditions on the ships, not good, bad morale. People want to fucking go home. It's just not good. So we're switching out. Now, the Strait of Hormuz being a U.S. territory.
You hear how Trump said it, bro? Did you hear how what he called it? Did you hear that shit?
Yeah, he was laughing in the middle. He didn't even believe it. Okay.
What do you call it? Horse? He didn't say Hormuz. What do you call it? He called some other shit.
Hormuz. Yeah. Oh, I forget. I don't know.
He's a whore. He was like the straight of horrors or something. Like I was like, what? Well, I was dying when he said that shit.
He was like mid laugh, barely pronouncing it, and it's like, bro. The Strait of Hormuz has been open and closed, open and closed, open and closed. Like the fucking Groundhog Day movie. Now it's going to be a U.S. territory. So not only are we going to fucking obliterate them again and win this war that's not a war for like the 12th time, but now we're just going to take this straight. Fuck this open close shit. It's just now ours. Yeah, I think that is kind of delusional. And I think he just said it.
Well,
just clickbait.
Bro, look at it like this. It's a step. I think it's a stepping stone. You call that American territory, and they attack it the way that they have been. Now you're attacking the United States directly. Now we have all right to use our entire military. He'll if we declare war on Iran because they attacked our land now, which is now ours, right? The full weight of the U.S. military now comes. He ain't doing these little clairvoyant like airstrikes, bro. He now has.
We need a territory. Don't we need like Senate approval? I think you need Senate approval.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just going on the thought of if that becomes.
Right. If it is, that would make complete sense.
Yeah, like that's what he's trying to do. So that I can see that him trying to be like
funny shit, bro. Like
trying to bait him.
Yo, that's wild. I don't know. Like, I think this is a wild world that we live in, bro.
For real.
Iran, they've been not only putting up a good fight, but they've also been putting up an interesting fight. So they've, with the open, close, that's fine. The drones and missiles, that's normal shit. Okay. Now, there's always been war propaganda. It used to be on newspapers, radios. It even got onto social media in the last decade or so. And then, well, AI became a thing. So Iran has been playing around with AI.
Oh boy.
And they've gotten really good at it. And they had a cease and desist from Lego for making
those fucking videos.
using Lego type characters in their war propaganda. However, some of what they are saying does resonate with the American public, with at least half of the public since the country split. Now, they just dropped a new AI music video. They've been dropping at least 1-2 a month. This one's Stinky Donnie, and obviously that's to poke fun at the rumors that President Donald Trump wears a diaper and goes to the bathroom in public in his diaper. Smells, obviously. But The video's insane. Check this out. We'll talk about
Stinky Donnie, back in your diaper, shit yourself again. Whole room gagging, little man stinking. Bad boy, you need that spanking. Who's the boss? It ain't the vote. Who's the boss? Follow the note. 8-pack, 50 states to Tel Aviv, no cash, no quote. BB never paid a dime, he just squeezed the throat. United slaves of the Holy Land, merge the forces like Bibi planned. Now your general salute a foreign command, and the Senate says relax, it's fine, it's planned. Fine. No war ever fought for your own gate. Always somebody else's hate. Free America, the people chanted loud. Cut the strings, burn the foreign shroud. 3 in the morning, he's posting cartoons of himself, a king in the Cape. Man, that's a cry for help. Delete it, dog. Whenever release the files trends to its peak, the loudest mouth alive goes suddenly meek. Bibi pulls the string and the puppets rehearse. Vance, Rubio, Hexit all lined up to serve. Say G, grins at the lens like he owns the whole turf. United Slaves of Israel printed on a shirt. Stinky Donnie, back in your diaper, shit yourself again. Whole room gagging, little man stinking. Bad boy, you need that spanking. 2 old men, same stink, same disease. One holds the leash, one drops to his knees. A wanted man is handing your officers commands. He belongs in the cell next to the one with bloody hands. War criminals, say the real word. They killed the kids killed. Janu said complicated and kept the lid. They keep saying Iran 2 weeks from the bomb. Now your own people screaming, build it, stay strong. They ain't screaming for another front. They're screaming, free us from the stunt. They want the schools, the beds, the pay, not another Bibi holiday. Who's the boss? It ain't the vote. Who's the boss? Follow the note. 8-pack, 50 states to Tel Aviv, no cash, no quote. Bibi never paid a dime, he just squeezed the throat.
Bro, what the fuck?
Bars. Like, damn.
Bro.
They said 50 states in Tel Aviv. And then they said a lot of truth about AIPAC.
Bro, it's a mad shit on that track, bro.
We did bomb the school and then say, oops, it was bad intel. Sorry. And then moved on.
I mean, shit happens over the war. They should have just been like, yeah, shit happens.
Trump with the BJ Queen outfit.
Dude.
That implies the whole Epstein.
So what they're up 3-0 right now with this songs. Right? Or was that 3 or 4? They're either that's their 3rd or 4th one that I know about. I mean, and to my knowledge, America has.
I've only played a few, bro. Like I said, they have 1-2 a month at least. They probably got 15-20 diss songs.
No
they
shit.
Came at everybody. Pete Hegseth, Marco Rubio.
Oh, they started individualizing people too and doing like specific.
Yeah, going at everybody, bro.
And what, we don't respond back, bro? There's no like this would be a funny way. We're really at war, but we're also doing like this little like funny battle.
Right, that's what I'm saying. America needs to throw shots back, bro. We need to diss them back.
Dude, I'm emailing the White House as soon as we get off this bitch. I'm like, yo, me and my man
Lamar to write some shit.
No, bro. We're gonna do it. I'm gonna write that shit. But listen, you need me and my man Aaron All-Nighter. You gonna hire us? We'll handle this portion for you.
And then we'll release it and be like Trump in it.
I'll be like, give us all the technology we need for the AI shit. Hook us up so that we can, give something of quality.
Right.
Yo, let's go.
Oh, yeah, that'd be wild.
No, but they do, yo. They need to respond, dude. Like, what the fuck? That's like 3 or 4 in a row that I know about. Like in the last, like you said, 2 months. I haven't heard. It's been crickets on the American side. I don't even hear nothing. Like
now,
didn't we do one early on? Wasn't it 1 or 2 early on? We did.
We've played a few between hip hop, everything on the What's Beef, Sunday's podcast. I've spaced them out with the podcast so that way, like, it touches each one. Man, different viewers get it, but yeah, it's they've been coming at us, bro.
For real,
they've been coming at everybody, bro.
Like, yo, stop.
Everybody. Like they just dropped one with JD Vance. The one I just played was the newest one. That was like within this week. They had one that was 3 weeks ago with JD Vance. Basically saying how he was a never Trumper and now he's like kissing his daddy's ass. He's the blowjob princess because Trump's the blowjob queen. And he's really a pedophile protector.
Yeah,
he's a child murderer, and that his kids are gonna know it, and all of this shit because he said that the school was just an accident. And they go off. Like Pete Hegseth, they go off that he's a drunk. His chest tattoo that they claim to white supremacy. They said that he was like basically fired from Fox News and let go because he was drunk, sloppy, and he was kind of like sexually harassing all the female staff. So they just let him go, and then Trump picked him right up because, hey, sex offenders run together. So, like, bro, they going ham in all of these videos. And I'm like, yo, there's no response. I'm like, to all of these claims, I'm like, that's wild. You got to respond. I'm like, this is one of those you have to respond. I'm like, I know Trump doesn't know, like, hip-hop culture.
Somebody's got to be, bro. Somebody's got to be hip to this in their camp, bro. They keep the thumb over that shit. There's an ear somewhere listening out for that area, bro. They got people assigned for that shit.
Mm-hmm. Now, the next two videos, well, the last one will be hip hop culture, but we got to get to this last video from Israel.
Oh boy.
And what's going on over there and what they're doing. We talked about Ukraine, Russia, them bombing, Taiwan getting ready with war games, us doing our thing. Iran, Strait of Hormuz, that shit open, close, still going on. Might be our territory. Who knows? But let's talk about Israel and Lebanon. Check it out. We'll talk about it.
Tonight, the Israeli military eliminating a Hezbollah commander in strikes that killed 11 people in Lebanon earlier today. Israeli military calling it retaliation for the attacks on its troops by Iran-backed Hezbollah in southern Lebanon. Our Jagriti Dave has more from Washington.
Tonight, cleanup efforts underway in southern Lebanon after a sudden series of Israeli strikes. Some homes now filled with debris from shattered windows and concrete. This vehicle entirely blown out. Tonight, Lebanese media reporting at least 11 people killed. The overnight strike, one of the deadliest attacks in Lebanon since the US mediated a peace framework between Israel, Lebanon and the Iranian-backed group Hezbollah. The Israeli military reporting in a new statement on X it struck Hezbollah infrastructure overnight, targeting and killing a Hezbollah battalion commander and several other Hezbollah members. Lebanon's President Joseph Aoun condemning the Israeli attack tonight and demanding a timeline to implement the agreed-upon peace plan. Tonight, Iran becoming increasingly vocal, with the spokesperson for the Iranian foreign minister blaming the instability in the Strait of Hormuz on both Israel and the United States. Iran's foreign minister and Iran's president echoing that claim as tensions over the strait continue, with the US claiming the waterway's reopening is...
All right, so Israel bombing Lebanon, 11 dead. That shit was a neighborhood. But Benjamin Netanyahu just trying to expand greater Israel, right, people? And America just keeps giving them money. Hold on, you muted.
There we go. I was gonna say, yeah, bro. It's definitely land expansion. They're trying to take Gaza back, and they want to go north too. Like up to I forget there's a river. There's a certain river name that's north of northern Israel where it goes into like with the Lebanese area, which I think is I can't think of the fucking name. But dude, they already mapped it out. I saw a map fucking like 6 months ago. They were like, this is the area they're kind of getting to. So they want to go from like the river down, and they want to take Gaza too. Gaza they're gonna turn into what the Riviera. Trump was saying they want the new Riviera there. So. So they're trying to put Israel on the map, dude. They're trying to make Israel like a place where it can't be taken off.
This, speaking of Israel on the map, CENTCOM, U.S. Central Command, faced online criticism after publishing a Middle East map that appeared to combine the Gaza Strip and the West Bank into Israel. The graphic, tied to a trip update for the commander, Brad Cooper, drew accusations of endorsing expansionist boundaries before CENTCOM later adjusted the graphic. So they put up what Israel wants as Greater Israel and said, hey, we're going to go over there and talk about this and see what we can do to make peace deals. And the map that they showed already include Gaza Strip and the West Bank.
And they're going into fucking Syria.
Shit out loud.
And they're going into Syria. They're trying to take over Lebanon. You know what I mean? So it's like they're going north. They want more land.
Yeah, and they're saying the quiet shit out loud, and we just keep giving money. And
well, Trump's saying the quiet shit out loud. I wonder. PB's probably like, shut the fuck up. I was saying that shit.
Well, that's why they got into a fucking argument.
Yeah, right.
That's why they was arguing. Now, arguments sometimes can lead to murder, or just $500,000 or $1 million. Now, people, when you commit crimes, don't tell on yourself. I mean, unless you want to face the consequences, unless you're just being accountable, and you say, you know what, I fucked up, I did it, I did the crime, let me do the time. Now, if you're Keefe D, and you talked about the Tupac killing to every news agency, every podcaster, DJ Vlad,
every influencer,
wrote a book, maybe you should realize that when you get charged and trial starts, this is going to get brought up. Now, his trial starts tomorrow. The jurors have been picked. Now, he's saying that he ain't had nothing to do with none of this. He ain't even write the book now. He's saying that he endorsed the book. He didn't write it. He didn't read it. He's just trying to deny everything he already said. But check this out. We'll talk about it.
27 years, and y'all want to say y'all. They put that shit all over the social media, though. That's murder and Tupac. I'm like, that's some bullshit.
Yeah, they ain't got shit, though. They try to use my statements against me. You gonna lose, dude. I was paid to say that, stupid ass dude. Yeah.
Okay.
I was paid to say that, stupid motherfucker. You can't use my against me, stupid.
And then what's this book they say you wrote?
Yeah, I did. After that dude did that, I didn't breach that contract. He did.
Okay.
He off carry top. You don't know. Oh, bitch. He had my life up. I clawed up under a rock for 6 years. And I just got tired of it. You know what I'm saying? Let them know the motherfucking truth. Bitch, you ain't just got me, motherfucker. The around me got you for me. That dirt rock, all them son of a bitches. You know?
Wow.
Yeah. Even my boy Jerome down the street from you. Louisa, all them motherfuckers.
One, that's such a staged conversation. And two, she already knows the real deal. That's why she's hitting him with the
Yeah.
Wow.
Bro, that was a terrible interview, bro. Like, she didn't press him. Like, it's all shit the whole time. Yep. Oh.
No, that's his people's. That's his people's. So that was a jail call. So that's recording from a jail call. But it got released on Flat TV. They got their hands on the jail call. But now he's like denying that shit and basically like, yo, I got paid to say that.
I wonder if this trial's gonna get crazy. I wonder if there's gonna be like a lot of crazy shit where this is just gonna be like a wild trial. The shit that's being alleged.
Well, going by Keefe D's book and his interviews, he alleged that Diddy reached out to him and offered him $1 million for Pac and Shook. And it was because Pac was fucking around with Diddy's ex. And that Biggie still was cool with Pac and wanted to be just like Pac. and Diddy couldn't mold Biggie to be what he wanted him to be because Pac was in the picture. So Diddy had like an extreme jealousy against Pac. It was like big hater for Pac. And put the hit out on him. And since Suge survived, Keefe D said he only got half a million.
Yeah, I saw that.
He said that he was in the car. He said that he wasn't the shooter, that it was his nephew. But his nephew and everybody else in the vehicle is dead.
Yeah, he's the last one, right? Isn't he the sole
Right.
survivor?
So, bro, by default, you was there and partaked in this crime.
Yep.
And you're alive. So the whole charge gonna fall on you now. Even though you, by your own admittance, wasn't the shooter. But since you wanted to implicate yourself by being there, now you're going to reap the consequences. So he already stated that this was a hit from Diddy. So his whole defense will be this was a hit from Diddy. And then the only reason why I stated this is, I was paid to. I was paid to say this. I mean, man. Diddy gonna possibly get hit with another charge
while he's locked up? They're not gonna let him out, bro. That's why they probably, bro. Imagine they knew this was gonna happen and they were like, let's not really hammer him too hard on the first trial because they knew they had him dead to rights on this one. They were like, yo, we can get him with a worse, you know what I mean, like a higher for hitman charge or his worse than fucking watching, man milk and squirted on your titties or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
biggest gangster shit in the world, dog. That's like, what the fuck? Just like him stabbing Kid Cudi's car and throwing a Molotov cocktail in it, and then breaking into his house.
That's some emotional shit.
Wrapping his kids' gifts and sending a text message to Kid Cudi with a picture of the unwrapped gifts saying Merry Christmas while he was in his house. Like, there's some wild shit, bro. And psycho. So, Keefe D, he just wanted the clout from being in that situation. He's like, you know what? I was there. This is huge. Fuck it. I got a story to tell. Let's see if I can get a bag off it. Keefe D obviously broke. He ain't making no money. Not like he gangbanging anymore.
Too old.
Right. So he's like, I got a story to tell.
Yep.
As long as I don't get no charges, it's artistic expression. I'll write a book. I'll do interviews. But
I'll do the OJ
facts,
if I had done it.
Right. So he laying down all these facts, and these facts gonna get you hemmed up, bro. And that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be interesting.
I think it's gonna be an interesting trial, bro.
I seen TMZ. They actually just did an interview with Suge Knight over the phone, and Suge Knight, he's releasing a book. So hold on, let me look at the name of the book. But he said that he's releasing this book, and he pushed back the date to the end of the trial. Oh, it's called Your Pain Is My Joy. So he said that he didn't want his book to affect the trial because the dude, the TMZ guy, was like, yo, if they call you to testify, you gonna say anything? He was like, no. So Suge Knight's like, I'm not testifying. I refuse. And then, but he got a book released after the trial where, like, whatever happens on the trial. Whether he gets found innocent, he can't get charged again. So it's not telling. So here's this book, Your Pain Is My Joy. So I wonder who's going to get implicated, what's going to be said in the book. It's like, this man don't talk, but now he about to talk, and he got some secrets. So
that's something I'd be interested in reading or catching the audiobook and listening to. You know what I mean? I want to hear that story.
Facts.
Maybe we'll bring it to you live. Maybe we'll bring it to you guys live. Maybe we'll do a little edition with that. Do like 45 minutes every couple of days or something.
Hip hop, everything.
Right.
Now we're gonna wrap this up. This is a longer clip, so we're gonna play it with the outro. But we're just really gonna talk a little bit about it prior. I didn't watch this full debate. It's your boy Fifth did. It was with Andrew Wilson and Candace Owens. They were discussing how they felt about Charlie Kirk's passing and how it happened, if it was staged, if it was not, what type of guns, everything.
What come down to is Candace Owens has a very conspiratorial outlook on it. She doesn't believe the mainstream narrative at all. The testimony so far, there was like a pre-trial hearing about. It wasn't even a trial. It was a pre-trial hearing. I think about evidence. I don't even know. I'm not that well versed.
She feel like he got taken out and that the shooter is like a patsy.
Could be a patsy. A lot. She thinks that France and Israel had some shit to do with it. She has stated some really, which if you're not familiar with the whole thing would seem outlandish, but really like I'm conspiratorial minded, so I kind of like try to see through her eyes because I mean I like to see the conspiracy. I'm kind of that shit interesting to me, so I try to find it. You know what I mean? So Andrew Wilson kind of pressed her on that. Many other issues as well. So yeah, it was definitely it was a good debate. I don't know how much you want me to get into that versus what the clip is. So
no, well, this clip is about 7 minutes.
Gotcha.
And it was posted as maybe we stalemated. Andrew Wilson and Candace Owens reached different conclusions on Charlie Kirk. So they're both going to brush it up. And this is
I wouldn't have called it a stalemate, bro. To me, I wouldn't have called it a stalemate.
Well, this was released by the channel.
No, that was fine. No, that's just an opinion piece. You know what I mean? Like who's to say who won a debate? Everyone's gonna have a different. That's something that's just subjective to the person. Like I stated before, I feel like Andrew Wilson probably was a little ahead halfway through, and then when the debate turned into Andrew Wilson questioning Candace Owens about a lot of her outside of the facts theories, she had a lot of theories that weren't what the facts that were presented in the pretrial were. When he pressed her on that, she was very standoffish. She didn't want to answer, so I feel like he kind of pinned her a little bit there. Overall, the final thought, I thought Andrew had a better ending to it. I would honestly, and I like both. I'm not biased. I'm not I like Andrew more than Candace do. I like both of them. I follow both of them, but I really have to say Andrew definitely won this debate. Candace did hold her own though. It wasn't like he absolutely destroyed her, in my opinion. It was definitely a good fight. This would be something like if this was a boxing match, this would be what you wanted for a main event. It lived up to the hype of what the head-to-head debate was going to be.
Yeah, I gotta watch the full thing. I got into a little bit, but it's like 4 hours long.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna watch this in sessions.
Actually, I'll watch it again.
Word. So everybody, we appreciate you tuning in. Share this out to your newsfeed. Share this to groups. Tag people in the post. Tag people in the comment section. If you're a digital creator, have your professional mode turned on, which by now should be all of you. At followers. At highlight, at top fans in the comment section. If you're an admin or moderator of a group on Facebook, share this to the group, put at everyone. We are streaming 5 different locations, 2 different platforms. We are on YouTube on It's Your Boy Fifth and Street Magic Multimedia. Plus, we are on Facebook on Joey Beck Facebook page, The 4 of Experience, and Aaron All Nighter Facebook pages as well. So follow, subscribe, turn on notifications, and if you're watching from YouTube after the live ends, hit that hype button. It definitely pushes out the podcast. But guys, go stream both It's Your Boy Fifth and Aaron All Nighter. Stream our music all over the place. Like I was saying earlier, I got new music on the way. Bunch of remixes, bunch of originals. I pushed the instrumental album back a little bit, but I'm gonna drop that too. So I'll probably do the 3 albums like Drake did.
Ooh.
But know how he did one for the females, one for the streets, and then one just like
radio-ish.
Right. So mine will be 1 instrumental, one remixed, one.
One like original, yeah, hell yeah.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to run them shits up, and then it'll be cool for like the rest of the year. But yeah, everybody be good, be safe, do the right thing. You already know what it is. It's your boy Aaron All Nighter.
It's your boy Fifth.
Peace.
Final thoughts. I'll come to you first.
Yeah, she had nothing, just nothing. For all of her claims of Patsy. Nothing. She didn't have a single claim. She didn't have a single solid piece of evidence. She had no positive evidence Israel's involved in anything. No positive evidence that France is involved in anything. No positive evidence TPUSA is involved in anything. No positive evidence that Erica Kirk is involved in anything. When I ask her about her claims about Erica Kirk, yeah, it's just funning. It's just funning. You know, or yeah, I do think that she needs to sit down and ask some questions, but or answer some questions. But you know what? I don't even know if she has. Like maybe she has. I have no idea. Yes, I'm going to have an official timeline with unconfirmed evidence. That's just fine. Hey, it's hearsay. If that's good enough for the state, it's good enough for me. But my biggest problem with the state is that they're admitting all this hearsay. It's like she's a contradiction machine. On top of all of this, the thing that I wanted to get out of this more than anything else was to just demonstrate one thing. Yes, it's true. I'm not perfect on the case. I'm not going to ever pretend that I am, and never did. But what has been made very clear to me is that there's nobody with an alternative theory that has any evidence for it at all. None. Zero. And the continuous kind of expression, we're running an investigation. What kind of investigation builds a timeline out on a receipt that they don't even confirm? What kind of investigation tries to make these bold claims that Israel's involved and France is involved and all these different players are involved and never shows any evidence? We're just asking questions. It's again, like I said in my opening, it's always intuition, my feelings, how I feel about things, how I think about things. Andrew, how many times did you hear this today? Andrew, you can't tell me how I'm supposed to think. Yeah, nobody's trying to tell you how to think. But you should rationally come to your conclusions based on evidence and facts. And the truth is that 90% of what you're saying is simply intuition based. It came to me in a dream. It's intuition. Almost none of it has any evidence at all. Just I'm skeptical because these people over here said things, and that makes me skeptical. It's like, but no evidence. Note this to the audience, to everybody watching. You might hate my guts. That's fair enough. I get that. I'm not the most likable man. I understand that too. But there was nothing. I mean, no evidence at all that Tyler Robinson was a patsy that was ever put forward by Candace this entire debate. Now, maybe you could say that we stalemated when it came to whether or not Robinson did it. She says, I found the evidence convincing. Unconvincing. Andrew says he found the evidence convincing. Okay, fair enough. Maybe you can't do too much about that, but there was nothing. She had nothing for Robinson being a patsy, nothing for any of her conspiracies, not a zero, zilch, and she backed away on a bunch of them. This is the first time I think she's ever really backed away from the Twigs thing. First time I've heard her back away from the Erica thing, back away from TPUSA, being very cautious about making any of those claims now, whereas on her show, much more likely to be making those claims. So she just had nothing the entire debate. Zero.
Candace.
Well, I think that is quite a conclusion. Admitting somewhere, maybe we stalemated. It probably signifies what I've been saying from the beginning, that you didn't feel that you were strong on the actual facts and the evidence, which I was willing to engage with you. I wanted to go over the screwdriver. I wanted to go over the towel and the things that you've mentioned, and you wanted to then move the conversation into a defense of Erica Kirk and her character, and what I've said about Erica, which is my opinion. And I have not edited that opinion after discussing with you. I would like to extend a compliment to you for being willing to sit down and to have the conversation. I still walk away feeling that the people who are jumping on the bandwagon about this case don't care about this case. They don't care about Erica Kirk. It tends to be follow that they take a meeting with Turning Point USA and they come out and suddenly have a lot of junk to say about Candace Owens. And I do want to also stress that Turning Point USA tried to pepper him with something as a surprise. He showed clips that were meant to be a surprise. I did no such thing. I stressed to PBD from the beginning that I was grateful he was taking this on and that I wanted this to be a clean debate because I believe I can win this on the merits. And I believe that I did win this fully on the merits by engaging the evidence of what has happened. I do still believe that there is more evidence which supports that there are more people involved and that Tyler Robinson has been set up, and that none of the evidence that was presented was in any way overwhelming, which is why I think you wanted to move to end that discussion quickly and to speak to me about France and to talk about this Panguitch receipt and my timeline. I want to remind people that a lot of the at-home investigators, which you were open to, as you called them, internet sleuths, I think it was on a show that you did right after Charlie was assassinated, that internet sleuths would solve this. This is the reason why Charlie, a year on, is still a conversation every single day trending on Twitter. I knew Charlie. I cared about Charlie. I care about finding out what the truth is here. My heart is in the right place. I think anybody who watches my show or even just watched this debate knows that if I get something wrong, I'll instantly correct it and own it. I'm not arrogant. I don't need to sit here and pretend that I didn't misspeak on the Lance thing. It hasn't been ruled out. But you saw that he just really wanted to hammer that point. You know, part of being a well-meaning person is to concede when you are wrong, to take something off a timeline when you know it's not right. And I would like to think that that is why I have earned the audience that continues to follow me, because they know my heart's in the right place, that I deeply cared about Charlie and I deeply care about the answers. I want to thank Andrew's team who are providing the fact checks. It's a very small room that they're in. I want to, as always, thank my team who worked really hard to make this happen and flip this set. And to you, PBD, just for being a great moderator, I think very fair, letting us both speak and making sure that Andrew got out of this what he wanted, which is a little more than what I wanted. But I'm very content with how I dealt with this. And I trust, I don't need to convince the audiences with the magic trick of what they need to think about this debate. They can watch it and draw their own conclusions.
Beautiful. When we set out to create a shoe that blends comfort, function, and luxury, we had the choice to make it fast. We had the choice to make it cheap. We chose neither. Instead, we chose Tuscany, Italy. We chose true Italian craftsmanship.
This ain't hype, it's heritage, born from the dirt. Moves in the beat, let the bass line hurt. You want smoke, we want full inferno. Street magic, run the game, eternal. This ain't hype, it's heritage, born from the dirt. Wounds in the beat, let the bass line hurt. You want smoke, we want full inferno. Street magic, run the game, eternal. This ain't hype, it's heritage, born from the dirt. Wounds in the beat, let the bass line hurt. You want smoke, we want full inferno. Street magic, run the game, eternal. Street magic, got the city in a chokehold. Came about the dirt, not a wrist on frost mode. Blueprint solid, every move like a chess play. 10 tones down, gotta get it in the worst way. All nighter, yeah, the grind don't sleep. Turn the dream into cream, now we split it with the team. Came from the trenches where the love run cold. Now it's full court press, never break, never fold. Took the long road, never asked for a handout. Flipped a couple losses, now we flex with the bands out. Mind over matter, that's the code that we live by. Pressure make diamonds, tell them look how the team shine. City on my back, got them chanting the name. Street magic worldwide, let it run through the veins. Legacy in motion, this history in real time. Ain't no competition, every verse is a kill sign. This ain't hype, it's heritage, born from the dirt. Wounds in the beat, let the bass line hurt. You want smoke, we want full inferno. Street magic, run the game, eternal. This ain't hype, it's heritage, born from the dirt. Wounds in the beat, let the bass line hurt. You want smoke, we want full inferno. Street magic, run the game, eternal. Built for the storm, never bent, never broke. Turn the pain into power, every word that we spoke. Street magic in my veins, this ain't luck, this is fate. Every step that we take, got 'em raising the stakes. Coming from the basement, now we up in the building. Made a wave out the struggle, now we aim for $1 billion. Told them bet on the grind, I don't gamble with hope. Every line that I pen like 1,000,000 quotes. Self-made, every step been precise. Turned the struggle to a flame, now we shining every night. Kept it real, never folded, never switched on the code. Now the vision coming true, every seed that we sowed. A1 to day one, never lacked. Took the pressure, made diamonds, put the team on my back. Street magic, we the force, we the wave. Built brick by brick, known for killing the stage. This ain't hype, it's heritage, born from the dirt. Wounds in the beat, let the bass line hurt. You want smoke, we want full inferno. Street magic, run the game, eternal. This ain't hype, it's heritage, born from the dirt. Wounds in the beat,